Live. We are live, guys. Welcome back to Kayla Cuts Teeth. It's been a while. So before I pull up my beautiful guests this evening, I just want to show off something I got in the mail. So I got in Pedro Ng's book, Tropical Magics, and this book has been amazing. I hope everyone backed this. If you haven't, you need to find a way to get your hands on this. So the artwork and the story was done by Pedro here. You can always tell his style. He has a very distinctive style. I don't want to show everything from this, but this book is amazing. And then Mark Mulgrave, Ginge to us here at Death Curse, did the edits and the letters on this. So if you did not get your copy of this, you're missing out. And hopefully you can still get it if it's still available. And then I got the really cool Art of Tropical Magics book, which this is everything I love. Everyone that knows me knows I love art processes and just seeing the making of things. And this is just super cool. And they even provide some really cool trading cards. All right, guys. So I'm going to get right into it. So let's bring on my guests for the evening. Let's get to it, Spencer. Welcome, y'all.
Hey, everybody! There's that energy Ink brings every time. You cannot get Tropical Magics anymore. It's closed.
Done. So you missed out, guys. Sorry, you're gonna have to wait until it comes around for a second chance.
I got my copies.
Missed out, slackers.
That's right. We were talking about it all the time, so I don't want to hear it. We talked about it on the topic list. Yeah, we love Pedro.
Yes, Pedro's amazing. So hello to Elon Mudd, who has just joined us in the chat, and hello to Alex VRB, who just joined us. Thank you guys for coming by this
Alex.
evening. I appreciate it. I would be in the chat writing comments, but I can't pull it up for some reason on my phone. So we're here. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
How did you guys end up working together on this?
Do you want to tell him or you want me to tell him?
You can tell him. It was your...
you go ahead and tell him. You go ahead. No, just kidding. No, what happened was it's kind of the origin of Frog... Well, kind of did... The origin of Frog G also intermingles with the creation of it anyway. Intermingles with Ink and I working together. Because on Frog G, there was a tier I had called Become Affected. In Absolute Book 2 or in Absolute Universe, their mutants are kind of like affected, is what they are. And so you, instead of being drawn into the book, I made you as a trading card with like Dungeons and Dragons stats on the back, so you can be a playable character in D&D. And yeah, it was pretty dope. And then Irene copied me because she just kidding. She actually had her own thing going. It was but yeah, we love Irene too. So anyway, I had two of those. Become Affected, and then I had two of those. Nefarious backed one, and he became a dragon, and that card was colored by the great Matt Yackey, who killed it. Matt Yackey's great.
Yeah, Matt.
And then also, Matt's amazing, and you'll see more of his work later on. But then also, I knew of Ink Spots. I hung out with him a few times. Like we first met on Rotten Glory's channel. I don't know if anybody remembers Rotten Glory. Great guy. We miss him dearly. He's out there somewhere, hopefully, tending to a garden or something. But so we met on Rotten, and then we also through other channels and stuff. We hung out every now and then. And I was like, man, this guy's a great colorist. I saw his work on Cash Grab. I saw his work on Charlie's London. We were on Jimmy Reyes one time, and he had colored this dragon piece thing that was dope. I was like, man, I got to work with this cat. And so whenever I drew the Frog G card, I'm like, I want Ink Spots to color it because I want to see what he would do with my scratchy line work that I do. And because I'm influenced by Sam Keith and Wayshack, and I know Ink's style would fit well because he kind of looks like he's influenced by that too. So I was like, I know he would be able to do like a painterly effect. And then he colored it. And when he colored it, everybody thought it was like a cover. It was great. But that's pretty much how we first got to work together, was during that one trading card. And then after that, he's colored a bunch of other stuff for me aside from working on Frog G. He's colored stuff for me on a band flyer, and I did a piece for CG Vacation that he colored. So Ink Spots and me it was just a great team. We go together like peanut butter and spaghetti.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly, you mean? White on rice?
Sure, whatever.
Sardines and Jello.
Sardines and yeah, like cats and dogs. We just work. We work together. It's beautiful. Yeah.
You guys have that electric, energetic connection.
Boogie, boogie,
So
boogie.
everything just flows. And it's important. I think that's important that everyone works with someone that they can connect with, and it's clear to me that you guys have that connection. So
We have the same demented sense of humor. We rip on each other all the time because we hate each other so much.
that's
Yeah.
like Spencer.
Yeah, exactly. It's mutual, so it works. Yeah, and like I'll call him a name, he'll call me a name, and but it's all in fun, and we have a good time. But we also love art. We both are very passionate about artwork, and we are influenced by similar things. Come from different backgrounds, totally, but it's just like I said, it's just a perfect melding that just happened. And like there are some teams that like Billy Basco and Dan Plagle work great together. Their work's beautiful together. Just some teams just go to get Matt Yackey and Matt Barr. I think they should always be a team. It's just certain people just really go well together. So yeah.
So let's talk about some of your influences. Let's start with Ink, because Ink is too quiet on my show. So Ink, who are some of your influences? Oh, you're going to talk if you're on here. It's like I'm holding a knife to you through the computer.
Oh, once he starts, he doesn't stop. Don't worry about it. You're like, oh, shut up.
I've got a lot of influences, and not all of them are really from comics.
They don't need to be.
I like a lot of. Sorry, I just got off work like 5 minutes ago. I like a lot of guys that work on video games, guys that work on children's books. Like Bobby Chu. Bobby Chu does a lot of artwork for movies, and so I took a lot of his online classes and stuff to really, because I did go to a regular college, but it was just a community college, and they don't teach much there. So a lot of my learning came from these guys that offer stuff online. So like Bobby Chu, svslearn.com, like these places where you can spend a couple $100 and get really a 6-figure education through their, online classes. So I really was mostly into children's books for 20 years. I was a children's book illustrator, and I was trying to break into trade books, and I couldn't really break that wall. I did a couple of decent paying children's books that were like educational books where they teach kids math and stuff, but I could never get in where I could write my own book and tell my own story, because that's all reserved. That's really SJW territory there. They don't want to let you in because they'd rather influence children. So I'm very heavily influenced by a lot of old school children's book illustrators. As far as comic books goes, it is like Sam Keith and Shack and just a lot of these Bernie Wrightson. Anybody that just has a lot of texture in their work really always influenced me a lot, and that's the kind of work I like. I like other styles too. I think I'm at both ends of the spectrum. I like super simple cartoony stuff or stuff that's just overly detailed. So I have like two ends of the spectrum there that I like. So, and that's how I like to color too. Like I either want to work on something that's very simplistic line work, or I want to work on something that's super detailed. So, yeah, that's basically what influenced me with a lot of children's books and a lot of concept artists, things like that. So
it's interesting because you combine those learnings that you have found, because you've learned basically from looking at all these different artists to kind of create your own kind of style and kind of create your own niche basically. So
yeah, I was like most artists, like you mimic until you kind of take that style you're mimicking and you get rid of everything you don't like, and then you mash other stuff you do like in there until it's finally you. So
very true. What about you, Jason?
Yeah, like Ink said, Way, Shack, and Keith, and people see it in my stuff all the time. Have big influences, but I also Todd McFarlane. I mean, I grew up collecting comics starting in like the late '80s. Starting then, and so that's pretty much when all those big guys were coming around. So I love Todd McFarlane's stuff isn't as evident in my work, but he's an influence just because of the play with anatomy and the cartooniness and stuff like that. I always love that and the dynamicness of it. But I also like people like Jack Kirby. I my first comic was Thor 411, which was drawn by Ron Frenz, and Ron Frenz you can tell he's big influenced by Jack Kirby. So I was kind of introduced to Kirby early on, and I got an appreciation of his stuff at an early age, rather than a lot of people usually end up growing into him. So like even Kirby's stuff with like just his dynamic, poses and his energy and everything like that, it just captured me. I love that stuff. But yeah, it is mainly those grittier artists that I really like. Derek Hess is a great artist. He's a Cleveland native. I don't know if you know who he is, but if you like preliminary like blueprint type stuff, his stuff looks like that. Like, I mean, it's scratchy and sketchy and just real loose, but there's so much energy and motion to it, and it's just captivating. And so everybody look up Derek Hess, because I mean he's great. And I actually, when I do non-comic book stuff, every now and then I'll do something kind of influenced by him, just because it's just fun to get out. But his stuff, it looks very blueprint like. And yeah, I mean, also like early, Renaissance artists and stuff. They're not an influence, but I still love them. To me, if you like artwork, you're gonna love that. You love those guys. I mean, they kind of boomed everything out. But like, I like Salvador Dali. Great stuff. I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, as far as comics go, it like same with ink. It's a wide spectrum, and it's mainly the pencilers. I never really looked at colorists that much. Some inkers here and there, but I never really looked at colorists in a certain way up until way later. Mainly this, actually, when I really got into like, oh wow, this colorist does this colorist does that. That's really cool, and you can kind of notice different styles in that regard. But it was mainly all pencilers and the inkers and stuff like Mark Silvestri, gorgeous stuff. Like you can't see it in my work, but an influence in a way. So yeah, it's a lot of the like popular cats. Like if you look at people like Crumb and stuff, like their stuff's really kooky and out there, and I can appreciate it, but it's just not like something I really gravitated towards when I was collecting and buying. So, but later on, I learned to be like, yeah, these guys are really actually good at what they do, even though it's not my traditional comic style that I like. So I kind of like grew into things a little bit, but also was introduced to some things people had to grow into early, like Kirby and Ditko and stuff like that. So, yeah.
We have a visitor. All right, Monet. Let's move.
Yeah, I'm not a big Monet fan, but
that's what she's named after. She's named after Monet because she's a calico cat. Doesn't it make sense?
Total sense.
She's going crazy right now. Jeez. So, as I'm trying to get off of that. Sorry. Of course, there can't be anything without like some kind of cat drama going on here. She's on top of like a long box that I have stacked like this.
Cats love my cat would like lay on my long box, and I'd be like, she's protecting them.
Well, I have it like this.
It's fun.
It's open, so if she
jumps
forward, it's gonna fall probably everywhere. That doesn't matter. So we're gonna go back to talking about this. So this isn't your first rodeo with the campaign.
Not mine. It's not Ink's either. In all regard, I mean, in running a campaign, it's Ink's first go. Yeah. But being on a campaign. Yeah. So
what would you say that's different about this campaign in comparison to the other ones that you've launched or ran, or do you feel wiser now in comparison to like the very first time you ran a campaign, or?
Well, as far as like me with because I first jumped in with Absolute, and yeah, definitely a learning process, because when my very first one, I was like, oh, you only have a month of pre-launch to do, and then you have to launch it, because I didn't know any better. So I was like, I had like almost nothing going in, and if it wasn't for Frega, he really got me in there, like, was talking about it and stuff like that. He was hyped about it, and he helped me out quite a lot. And then also like all the other CG channels that really are, aren't like 50K, channels. They helped me out so much in that first campaign, but I was doing everything myself. I didn't even think about, hey, I can pay somebody like a couple $100 to do a trading card or something like that. It didn't even dawn on me. I was just like, oh, I got to do everything myself. So, but then once I got into the second one, I'm like, oh, well, I see other people are hiring. So I hired out other people to do like, how about the stretch goals? I could do more time on the book. And also, like, I realized that, hey, you want to be longer in pre-launch. That helps build up the email subscriptions, which help build up backers and interest. And then with this one, it was totally different, mainly because this came out of accident, and so it was the unknown child that we didn't know we wanted and we love. But it, we thought we pulled out. We thought we pulled out. But flashback humor. No, but with this one, we were hammering away at promotion like crazy, even during Absolute Book 2, which was my last campaign. So I was like still drawing Absolute Book 2 while doing like a couple promo pieces for Frog G here and there. And it wasn't even called Frog G, Voodoo Gods of Magic back then. It was just called Operation Wrench because we really didn't have a title for it.
Operation Wrench, really?
Yeah, because I was going off of Malin and his whole Project Thundar. Yeah. So I was like, that's clever, man. I'm like, especially since we didn't know a title. So we were just like, that works. We didn't have a meal sign up or anything. We were just like Operation Wrench coming soon in the chats and stuff like that. Like Frog G would be promoting it, and eventually other people would even say it and stuff. And it was just funny. It was fun, and I had a great time. But with this one, we really got quite a bit of artwork done ahead of time. That helped me. Like the last couple campaigns, I had it done already, but that was just because I didn't even know I was going to do it, and it was already done from years ago. But we still had quite a bit done already. We're prepaying artists and everybody ahead of time, so that way, I mean, we put our own money and stuff, and also raised money for it, but we've got to recuperate, so that's why it's still a crowdfunder at that point. Also, we got to print the books, but we hired a lot of that, so we got that out of the way as far as an expenditure, so we can focus on we're getting our income in from this, and this way we can actually maybe do even more stuff once we get this money. So it's this one's a little bit more, and to me, every campaign you do, you're going to learn. I don't care how many times you do these things. Like Inkspot's created the whole campaign page. Like he set it up, and he set his up way better than I set any of my other ones up. Like he did a great job. He did a lot of research, knocked it out of the park. So, like I said, every campaign you're going to learn something different. With me, I had less nerves going in on this one though, just because for one, I ran the other two, and I'm like, okay, well, I know we'll at least fund at some point. Like, I know we will because, we're kind of known, and I already had 2 other books. People know me. They know I fulfill. People loved Absolute. They thought it was great. And so thank you for that, by the way. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I really do. I'll be getting back to that one day soon. But, yeah, so it's just – I thought somebody was knocking at my door.
Do you have a cat? Do you have a cat going?
No, no. I live in a commune, so I live with mother. I'm visually disabled and sickly freak, so I have to live at home for now, and I have student debt. So yeah. But anyway,
that's real. That's real. I appreciate and I respect realness because it shows that you are a genuine human being. A lot of people want to bullshit and fake the funk. There's no need to.
No, I showered. There's no funk. I'm good. Unlike Ink, I took a shower.
I didn't even take a shower yet, man.
No, and he should. You'll find out why later. But no, there's always a learning curve. This one though, I knew it would fund, but I didn't know it would fund as fast. Now, going in Ink was a lot more nervous because this is his first, go at it. So yeah. So you want to tackle your perspectives, Ink?
Yeah, for me it was completely different because I've worked on a ton of books, like even some that haven't come out yet that I worked on years ago. So I worked on a lot of books, but it's always work for hire, so I didn't really need to be involved in any of the promotion or anything. And a lot of time my art is all over the place and no one even knows that I did it. Like every time you watch Ethan's channel, you're probably seeing at least 2 pieces of work that I've worked on, but and so I was more behind the scenes. And this one I actually had to, and I really wanted to dig in. I wanted to learn everything I could about setting up the Indiegogo and everything, and I did a lot of research. But also, this is the first one where I actually get to draw. I got to do a lot of the story writing and do a lot of the research for the story, and so I felt like I was able to do what I always wanted to do when I was trying to break into children's books. I get to tell a story. I get to draw. I get to have some of my vision out there, and it's cool because Jason has been there before, and he knows, oh no, let's do it this way, this is going to work better, or that character's cool, but let's change it a little bit and it'll work better this way. And so it has been nice having someone like on my first campaign where I'm actually involved, and I'm the harder I work, the more money I'm gonna make. Like when you're on work for hire, it don't matter if like you knock it out of the park, but you're still only gonna get paid $70, So
yeah, I think that's important that you talk about that. Like you can elaborate on that a little bit more, about that, doing the work for hire stuff and what your pay rate. Go ahead.
Yes, so I can tell you, like when I did Cash Grab, I made $75 a page. I don't know if most people kind of know what colorists make, but even at 75 a page, that's kind of more than it's low, but it's more than what most colorists get paid. So there's colorists out there that are making anywhere from $15 a page to $40 a page, which is really a very low amount of money if you know how long it takes to color something.
Oh yeah.
Especially the way I do it. I like when I colored Charlie's London, I spent 15 hours on one page. So and then when you break that down into what you're getting paid for that page, you maybe only be making like $3 an hour or $2 an hour. So so there's a huge difference now. Like so now I'm working on Frog G. I have a percentage of the total profit that I get. And so when it's that situation, I felt I don't want to say that because I feel like I always put in like my best, but now I can say if I work harder on something, it's like I am contributing towards something. Like maybe we sell more books if I spend an extra 3 hours on this page. So there's a difference like that. So so I think that's maybe a reason why sometimes it looks like people have a hard time finding your colors. And a lot of times that's because it's just such a low rate that you can get paid. And it's a lot of work to be a colorist, especially nowadays on the types of art people are doing that are... Because the line art will be less detailed. It'll have less information. So all that information has to come from the colorist now. Like maybe it's all figures and they got to do a lot of background work and stuff. But then the person paying him only has a budget for $45 a page. And so either the colorist ain't going to do it, or if the colorist does do it, he's got to zip that out in a couple hours or he's not making any money. So it's not going to be his best work. So so that's probably why there is a little bit of a lack of colorists in Comicsgate, and that's probably a big reason why. And what I've seen people be doing are doing now is kind of like what Jason and I are doing, is either teaming up into teams and splitting the profit, or the writers are now offering like some kind of royalty or something. Like, yeah, I'll pay $45 a page, but you get 5% of the earnings or something. And I think that is a better way. I think you're going to get better work from your colorists, and they're going to be more excited about the project if they have a vested interest in it.
No, I agree with you too. And colorists do a lot, because there are actually, so I feel a couple ways, right? I honestly like to look at black and white art because that tells me if an artist can actually draw, because a good colorist can change someone's whole piece. They can take the shittiest artist and make their stuff look great. And like literally the shittiest pencils make them look great. So artists are colorists are kind of unsung heroes in a a for a lot of pencilers.
Can go the other way too.
It can go the other way. I've seen it.
I've seen a beautiful piece of artwork that just got destroyed by a new colorist that didn't know what they were doing.
I should say.
Yeah, there you go. A good colorist. Yeah.
Yes. I just want to say hi to some people in the chat really quick. So I just want to give a shout out to Crispy Jeb, to Oasi that's in here, to Aldous on the farm. Brad is in the house.
Hello.
Sorry, I gotta scroll up here. Elon Mudd is here. Pedro is coming through. Pedro, I just shipped off your beautiful book, which I'm amped to receive. You have no idea. Phantasmagorical is in the house. And Matt Barr is in the house.
Bar!
So I think I got everyone. If I did, and the Art and Times of Jay Ryan. So I think I got everybody now. And it looks like Hockey was in the house too.
So Hockey. Yeah, if you want to say hi to Hockey, he starts moping.
So thank you guys for coming out.
What's up, Felix?
I appreciate it. They're there to see Jason's pretty face. It's not for me.
Of course. Look at this. It's gorgeous. You know, this is how I wake up. Beautiful.
You woke up like this?
I wake up like this. I go to bed like this. This is what I do. I can't help it.
I love it.
It's me.
All right. So let's get back to the campaign talk here.
If you want.
So you did all this researching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where did you did you talk to other people about it? Like, how did you
No, I mean, what I really did was I just looked at who's successful, seeing how they're.
Wow.
So you got Ethan, you got Shane Davis, you got John Malin. So I just looked at how they all kind of set their campaigns up, and I really took what I liked from each one and kind of tried to mash it together. I liked that I wanted to show more artwork. Like, I just wanted people to see, like, we have all this art that's done. Like, we put in a lot of work. And so that was one of my main things. I just wanted to show all the artwork. But also I wanted to have different price ranges in the tiers, so that even if you only could afford the lowest amount, you would have something that you could get, you know? And then if you did want to spend and support the campaign, I wanted you to have something that you could, you know, spend $500 to $700 on. If you wanted to spend that much, you had that option if you wanted to support us there. So I just tried to go from the lowest range, and I just wanted to make tiers to where any price range, and also that you could get anything in the campaign. So you could add anything, almost make your own package if you want. You could just start with the cover of a book and then add whatever you want on there, and then we also wanted to make, like, our feature tier. We wanted to make sure you get a discount. And then a lot of our strategy too was the secret tiers. Like, we almost promoted our sign up list like it was a live campaign already. Like, you join, you get prizes if you sign. Like, we wanted people excited about the sign up.
You did, yeah.
No, that's good. That's what you want. You want people to be excited, and I really like that. How you're discussing right now, you wanted people to be able to get this campaign. So you wanted anyone to be able to get this campaign. So you wanted it to be super affordable as well. And I know the quality is going to be great just because I have Absolute, and the quality of that is great. I probably have stuff you worked on too, Ink, as well. If you were like an unsung hero behind the scenes, you know, more in the forefront on this one. So, and it seems that you guys put a lot of heart into this project. And I really like that, because I think one of the things is that some campaigns are really expensive for people. They want to get their campaign out there, and it can be a great campaign, and they're wondering, like, why am I not getting backed? Or, you know, or basically it's the price point.
Well, also we did the discount tiers. Right. We had massive discount tiers. Yeah, so that was part of our sign up strategy. Yeah. Like, if you sign up, you got three links to where you can get a discount on three different items. So.
And not just the most expensive stuff. You know? Yeah, but that's the other thing I always noticed. Like, and there's nothing wrong with it, but like usually the discounts under people's secret perks are on like you know, $100 thing, and it's from 90. Hey, cool, I still get it too. But I'm like, why not discount the book on top of that though? Not everybody has $90 that they can get everything. So, and times are hard. So if they sign up for the mailing list, save money on just the regular book too. You know, that way, you know, it saves them a little extra, and not everybody can afford the big thing. So for $20, you know, you save $5 off, and you get a trading card. So
that's a lot.
Like it's a good savings. I mean, $5 is $5. That's like half a tank of gas. So, you know, you could use that.
Yeah, so you get a discount, but also you get an extra thing with it, because you took the time to sign up on the mailing list, and we appreciate that you did that. So here you get an extra thing, and you get a discount on the book. So
yeah, we did so many promo streams just for the pre-launch.
And it paid off. Yeah,
it did.
With our we had a huge amount of people that, like, more than people, like, people are telling us, like, oh man, like, hardly anybody that signed up is going to buy the book. It's just a small percentage, and we are getting close to 1/3 of everybody that signed up bought the book with the discount.
Oh, what's up, Luke?
Oh, and you stream with Luke, don't you, Jason?
Yeah, Topic List is on Tuesday nights, and I know That's the same night as Joe Sontag streams. But we've been doing it for a couple years now. We were originally on Mondays, but we switched it like a month in, and then we switched to Tuesdays, and we've been on Tuesdays for like 2 years. So
I've caught a few of your streams. I definitely have.
Thank you.
When I'm not driving, I go in the chat. So
and we thank you. You can always watch a replay, put it at like double the speed.
I do watch a lot of replays and live shows. To be honest, of everybody, that's just I work 3 jobs.
That's insanity. What they're not streams, but the videos I like the most is Shane's. Shane Davis has great. Like, I'm not trying to kiss up. Like, I love his videos that he puts out. I'll listen. They're like 10, 15 minutes long at most, and then I'll listen to them at work. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't know. They just entertain me. But live streams though. Usually people live stream at like 9 o'clock at night till like 3 a.m. So like I'm usually in the chats almost all the time.
Look, you mentioned Joe, and he shows up in here.
There's El Diablo. But if you haven't, I know we're here talking about Frog G, but Reaper Destroyer, get that Destroyer tier up, 60 backers, and you could win my original artwork of Reaper Destroyer that is on the campaign. So, get that Destroyer tier up to 60.
Papa Pills just said I'm a warrior. So, as we're talking about work, and I'm talking about, how I work 3 jobs, and I know you work a bunch too, and you get a family to balance. I mean, what is it like balancing your family life, like, just in general, your work life with trying to create this campaign and just a campaign in general and trying to get everything done? What is it like? I don't think a lot of people talk enough about it. You have to achieve balance.
I think people also, they don't talk about it also because there's a lot of reality. And so people like, this is like a fantasy type thing in a way. Like living this is the dream life. You know what I mean? Like just YouTubing and then drawing all day. That'd be great. And there are plenty of professionals and YouTubers that have families, and they're I'm not knocking them. But yeah, it's almost like it's a very difficult balance because to me, it's always family first. But you got to do this too. So, like, how much time do I spend watching TV with my mother? Because that's family time. She enjoys that. She likes it. Or going to the gym with my nephew because he's been wanting to go lately. And I'm like, okay, cool, dude, we'll go. I stopped stream. We did promotional streams the first week, like straight. I even told him, like, dude, I'm sorry, we can't go. And then I was like, I promise no matter what, though, starting next week, we'll go again. And I haven't let that promise go. I even told Ink, I'm like, dude, I'm going to the gym, mate. You got to fill in for me. But at that same time, though, you work all day, come home, and sometimes I'm not at the gym, but I got to cook for him because I work, like I said, I work with my family. So my mom works second shift, doing custodial work. And so I got to come home and cook dinner for him. He's 14 and he can do it himself. He can't cook, but that's not right. That's not what how you raise a family. So I cook dinner. I'll eat dinner. By that time, like I told Spencer backstage, I'm still used to call him a rooster. He's Rooster Puncher. He's always been Rooster Puncher to me. Okay, I met him as Rooster Puncher.
Did you meet him playing video games, Jason?
No, I met him on Fregas on Couch Studios.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't. I can't.
That was his Xbox tag name.
Is it really? I didn't even know that. I just knew him as Rooster Puncher because of Frega. So I've always called him Rooster. I can't help it. I knew a girl in school. Her name is Michelle, but we all called her Noodle. To this day, I still refer to her as Noodle. It's just, that's your name now. Like Ink Spots. I know his real name. He's Ink Spots. That's Ink. Even when I'm in Discord, I call him Ink. I can't help it. But anyway, yeah, so like, so you could then like you do all that stuff. So by 10 o'clock comes around, you're like, okay, even though I just worked all day, went to the gym, cooked dinner, ate dinner, did the dishes, now I got to go back to work. I got to draw. I got to live stream. I got to promote. I got to get the book out there. So it's working 2 jobs still, doing this and a full-time job. And like now. During the summertime, mother is on days. I'm calling her mother because of Norman Bates. Mother is on days, and so she'll cook it, dinner and do all the other stuff. And so I do have a little bit of help when that comes along. I'm grateful for it, but I still work out, so go to the gym. And during Absolute, I stopped working out actually for a couple months, because I was so far behind. I'm like, I got to get the people their book. And so I actually noticed it. I'm trying to get back to where I was. But to me, being healthy is very important because I'm unhealthy. So, people should try their best to be healthy and active, especially doing this. All we do is sit down all day and draw or talk on streams. So it's very important that we can live a little longer. But yeah, and to me, family is most important. Like, you never know when somebody can get hit by a bus tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen. So spend as much time as you can with them. But they also know you have priorities, that you have other things you're doing. And thankfully, my family's been very supportive. My mother's like my number one fan. So, and I'm thankful for it. I don't care if she hangs my artwork on the fridge or not. It's great. I do have artwork hanging on the fridge. But Spider-Man, it's actually my nephew's. But she'll help me fulfill. My mom helped me fulfill Absolute 1 and 2. She helps package everything up. She'll be like, "Oh no, did we put this in there?" and stuff. So she's very careful. She gets more excited when like the books come in than what I do. During Absolute 1, because it was my first campaign, they accidentally shipped me my books, but I didn't approve it. So like she opened them and the interiors. Yeah, it was weird, but I didn't approve it, so she opened them and the interiors were blank. And she was like almost in tears. She told me, like, because she's like, "Oh no!" Like, because she was, so proud. This is like her son's first book. That her, all my brothers, we all wanted to do comics, and this is like it. And then, like, she was devastated. And I'm like, "I never approved that." So I hit them up, and they're like, "Yeah, that was our mistake. You don't have to pay for it." But yeah. So, but those are getting torched. We slowly burn those during the fall and spring. But yeah, so family is important, number one thing. But juggling everything, man,
Everybody agrees with you. Everyone agrees.
Well, it's true though, and that's why I get like 5 to 4.5 hours of sleep on weekdays and that's why I sleep until 2 in the afternoon on weekends because I'm just so wiped out from doing all the stuff, and I don't care. I wouldn't trade anything for it, but it's just very complicated. And like I said, everybody, and I love comics so much. I want to do this, but doing comics, like the pros know, like it's 8 to 12 hours a day at the art table, so they got to balance their family life too. And with that, plus keep up rapport. So it's not easy, it's not an easy thing. People don't really, discuss it too much. And for the most part, my family life is pretty personal. I mean, I'll talk about certain things here and there, but, to me, some things not everybody needs to know everything. There are some of my friends who do know everything, and they're like, "Yeah, Jason's life kind of sucks," but Ink has had it worse growing up, I will say. But yeah, so that's why we kind of work together too. We both know suffering and agony and misery. But yeah, so yeah, it's to me, yeah, it's a tough juggling job, but to those who work a full-time job and take care of, like, I don't really take care of the family as much as some people have, like a baby or an infant or something, and they're actually taking, like Plago just had a kid. Holy crap. So, I mean, he's doing it still. He's still working full-time, drawing and going out with his woman and with the baby and doing the dad thing. So, kudos to you guys for raising a family along doing everything else. It's tough. So, yeah, I know I rambled on quite a bit. I don't know if Ink wants to talk about it because your job's pretty brutal.
No, Ink, I want to know. How brutal is your job?
Well, I had 3 near-death experiences just this year.
What the fuck do you do? Oh, you made me swear on my show. I usually don't swear. Not on my interviews. I don't swear on my interviews. I don't. Maybe I can't help it. I'm from Massachusetts.
You're a proper lady. Yes.
I am a proper lady on here.
Go ahead, Ink.
But no. What do? You almost died 3 times at work. What?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on my own construction company right now, so we put in sewer treatment plants, and so like the last one we did, we had to chop the top off of a mountain and then drill through solid rock. And so a few times, I've slipped off the tractor, had the tractor slip down a hill and through a house before I fell into it.
Wait, what?
I fell into a ditch and smacked my head on a rock and almost drowned.
I can laugh because he's alive now, but
but just things like that. It's just a dangerous job. So we work on the side of cliffs, and we basically I'm I'm starting a company where every single job is very difficult.
Death
No one
trap?
else wants to. No one.
Like a death
no.
trap?
Yeah. No one else wants to do the job, so I'm able to pick the jobs up and then make a lot of money if I live through it. So.
Well, I know,
So
it sounds like your job. If I ever need to bury a body, I can just hit you up.
yeah,
he'd be a good one. Yeah.
We can dig a hole.
You can make it an
Like,
accident. It seems
well,
like a bunch already happened. So.
like just today, I was digging a ditch and I dug into a gigantic hornet's nest, and next thing I knew, I was swarmed with about 400 or 500
Jeez,
hornets,
dude.
and I just got bit all the shit. And actually
Oh.
came in the house, and I thought I had escaped them after. And then my wife screams, and I had like 2 hornets still crawling up my back trying to get me. So like
Jeez,
just
dude.
things like that. Every day is a little crazy. I'm like on kind of on edge every day. And if it's not on edge, then it's just a lot of work. Like it's literally pounding sand or, on a jackhammer for, 16 hours, and then you got to come home and you got to work on the comic book. And if you're going to work in comics, it has to be a job as well. So you need to put 8 hours in a day, even though you just work 12
Even if you
to
almost
16
die at
hours.
work.
Yeah, you still got to get it done. And that's part of the goal. Jason and I both want to do this full time, and we know it's not going to be right out the gate, but hopefully as we progress and we get the second and third and fourth books out, that it's going to make enough profit. Especially like if we could stay home and just work on comics instead of 1 book a year, we're going to get 3 or 4 books out a year.
Yeah,
And so
we could easily do that.
then it might be enough to keep us from having to do these day jobs that suck your soul out and maybe snuff your life out.
Yeah,
So,
luckily my job isn't as deathly, but I I work in shipping, and so I like my knees.
Oh my
My
God,
one knee
this is
went out.
perfect.
My lower back. I mean, forget about it. So I'm hurting myself constantly on the job, but I'm not almost dying. But and they still like busy.
So I can ship the body through you, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Ship it to ink
That's right. Ship it to ink.
in little pieces.
We can do it in little pieces. We can bag up each individual one too.
I mean,
we'll
I work at UPS a couple days a week, so I'm really good at packing things. I've even found the most creative ways to pack things. So that's why when I get a campaign that is not properly packed, I get aggravated. I will make my own bag and boards. There are people that I've sent things to, and they know I don't have a Gemini mailer. I ran out of bag and boards. I'm making you something, and I'm going to send it back and bubble wrapped and everything, and it'll be waterproofed and everything. My stuff will not get damaged. So when I get a campaign and it's not packed properly, it makes me lose my mind completely.
Have you ever received anything from Shelby?
Have I ever received anything from Shelby?
Shelby Robertson.
Have I?
If you have, you will need a chainsaw to open that with the amount of bubble wrap and tape that he puts around it. It's like you need a professional safe cracker to come in and get that. I hate that man. Every time he sends me something, it takes me 45 minutes to open it. I mean, yeah, it'll never get damaged, but it might in the process of me opening it because I get mad. I get angry. I'm like, oh, and then people see me cutting at things and sorry. Go ahead.
Joe's saying I can make some damn fine bag and boards. Actually, I made the most ghettoest bag and boards because I didn't have any and I had to ship something. So I literally found plastic that was acid-free plastic that's at UPS. You have to put you're supposed to put if someone comes in with lotions or liquids, to a certain thing, you have to put it in a plastic. There's a whole procedure. And I cut boards. I literally cut cardboard with a pocket knife because I couldn't find and I taped it. It was really pretty ghetto, but it's all good.
But you did it. You did it. Yeah.
I don't want to hear. I don't want people's excuses for their things not to be packed. Find some material, make it. I MacGyvered something. Okay.
That's the thing, though, with these campaigns. At minimum, it should be Gemini mailer, bag and board, bagged and boarded properly, shiny side facing the comic. People, come on! You collected comics for how many years?
Oh my God! Oh, that drives me crazy too.
So yeah, I mean, just everybody should be using the Gemini mailers, and there's a reason why we charge $10 for shipping. It's the shipping plus the shipping cost. So you should be factoring in those Gemini mailers in with it, plus your bags and your boards.
And
that's
and
it.
boards are expensive as hell right now.
Yeah,
if you
they
want
are.
Quality ones.
Yeah. So to me, that's a bare minimum that any campaigner should have. I mean, if you're running a campaign, that's what it should be shipped in, bar none. Like, you shouldn't have to pay extra, like $10 shipping plus $5 for Gemini mailers. No, that's included. It's just factored in. So yeah, get with it. If I could do it on my first couple campaigns, I'm a little low life, little peon guy. I could do it.
That's important that you talk about that, though, about some of the shipping stuff in an aspect, like as far as campaigns go. I think sometimes some people aren't aware of like shipping costs, like especially around this time right now. If you are planning to ship things out in November, in December, in January, up until February, let me tell you, baby, the companies, they up their price on all the shipping because of holiday season. And that's just what it is. So you need to be prepared when you run your campaign that you're picking a time frame where they're not going to up their cost, because it's going to happen.
Plus, they're crazy during the holiday season. UPS drivers are super overworked. I saw one guy, I was working outside of a medical building. He was delivering some boxes to this facility, and it was around Christmas. He just opens the back door and starts throwing the boxes at the concrete wall, and he's like, "FD, I don't even get a break!" And he's kicking them. Like, he was losing it. It was insane.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and not only that, international shipping, you have to really do your research with international shipping, because there's custom policies, which means that not the sender, sometimes the receiver of the package is going to get hit with a fee at customs. So you need to know if you're going to be the one that bites the bullet and takes the fee, because there are fees up to $150 that you can get.
Wow.
Internationals. Oh, yes. Yes, it happens.
Yeah.
So I think Spencer is back, and I'm going to pull up the campaign and we can continue talking. So I want to just get the campaign out here so we can take a look at it.
Where'd he go?
He probably went out to smoke a cigarette and stare at his bushes. He stays in the chat.
That's Spencer. Smoking. I used to smoke. Smoked 8 years ago. Quit 8 years ago.
All right. So I'm going to make sure I share the tab audio. All right. Here we are. Pull it up, Spencer. There we go. So I think, should we just go for the trailer first before we get into it?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yes, and Pedro did your trailer.
Pedro.
And
Luke in the chat, but Pedro,
Luke Alietta, Death Metal Hero, did the vocals, or did the voiceover. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, Luke did the voiceover.
You did say that. Yep.
That's okay.
And he's in the chat right now. So look at that. I'm going to stop my cam because my internet connection is Comcast, and
Oh, they suck. I used to have Comcast in Florida.
I know. Am I pixelating? Have I pixelated or roboted?
No, you did fun.
You froze for a minute, but that was it.
It was in the very beginning. Yeah. It's fine.
All right, hold on.
It was only during Pedro's thing, so don't worry about it.
And then I'm going to here. So let's see. And we are going to play this and make it full screen.
We've all read the story. The brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life, stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G, the story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god by death itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.
Yeah, Pedro. And wait, what are you watching there? I'm just kidding. You can make it.
Yeah, that trailer. I mean, we were blown away about it. I know I've watched it at least 100 times just myself. So
okay, sorry, I was just talking and I just realized I was muted, and I was just saying, like, that trailer is amazing. Pedro is just so freaking talented, and then you're like, what am I watching? Clearly Game of Thrones stuff and other streams or art stuff, and not the typical bitch shit, I guess, because I guess there should be some like astrology stuff on there as well. But yeah, that's what I pretty much watch, like all Game of Thrones things, fantasy things, any kind of art streams, other streams. I like to watch art and hear people talk about art and hear people talk about their projects and everything. So, and lots of fantasy stuff, like any fantasy kind of talks or talks about books or that kind of stuff. That's what I'm into. So,
Frog G is a fantasy adventure.
It is a fantasy.
Yeah. It's a fantasy fairy tale type adventure.
Why did I think you said yes? Come on the show.
Because I'm so gorgeous.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. It's okay. I get it all the time.
You have like the Kratos look going on.
Actually,
pure masculine energy.
I wanted to get super buff and go as Kratos for Halloween, but it'll be impossible for me to do that. But yeah, I would love to do it. I'd have to work out like 8 hours a day every day.
I want to eat steak and burritos every day and hide behind an avatar.
That's what he does. Yeah. That's why he's not on screen right now. All you would see is a belly button. He's so huge. It's crazy.
Not really.
Pedro said a blind Kratos. Blind.
Yeah. Well, I'm visually impaired, so yeah. I have retinitis.
You would never ever think that by the work that you put out.
I trace everything. Everything is traced. I don't draw anything. Actually.
You're lying.
I pay my 14-year-old nephew to do it. Is what I do.
You are lying. No lies on my channel, Jason.
They're not lies. They're just like sarcastic quips. That's all.
They're lies.
Lies, I tell you.
Lies, Gail, lies.
No, but I do have retinitis pigmentosa, though. Yeah.
Do you want to explain what that is for anybody that may not know?
And I don't expect people to know, but I do suggest people look it up because, it'll give them a better understanding than what I can maybe describe. But what it is it's kind of like bruising on your retina in a way. It's the best way to describe it. So, like, there's actual, like, it kind of censors out your field of vision. I have blackout areas, like total blackout, blindness. And my left eye is the worst one. So that's why my logo is the way it is because my left eye is actually my left eye is blacked out. See, so my left eye is blacked out because it's not there because that's my blind eye. So I can still see a little bit, but then my other eye, there's like a blackout line going through the middle. Plus, I intake light differently. Because that's what happens with the retina. It's just it intakes, there's bruising on it, so the light gets absorbed differently. So that's why when people are like, "Oh, just go to this website or download this ad blocker or do this," I'm like, "Oh, not going to do it because unless it's in dark mode where I can see it a little better, the white just blows everything out, and I can't read it. I just can't read. I have to get my phone out and zoom in, and then I can like finally pick it up and read it. That's why it takes me so long to read comics. Actually, it's because I actually have to use a magnifying glass even with glasses on. But yeah, so it does make it very difficult to draw. But it's a lot of that is also muscle memory. I've been doing it long enough that I know like the construction lines, so I can place them down, and once they do, I can go from there. And also, I work half like 20% digital, 80% traditional usually. So I'll do like the outline of everything, and then I'll print it up, and then it's no different than blue lining. I'll print it up, but it's black line. It's not blue line, but I'll print it up, and then I'll go in and ink it, do the gritty, sexy stuff, the cross hatching and the ink splatters and do all that fun stuff traditionally. And that's the majority of the page. So I can still get away with it because of, technology. I can actually draw the way I almost want to. Like, I still say it would be a lot tighter if I could see fully. But yeah, so that's what retinitis pigmentosa is, though. It's like it's different for a lot of people who have it, and it usually starts at a young age, like 20. Like having me at 23 is when it started. So it's been slowly getting worse. But I hope that I don't fully go blind. It is, it could slowly make it go. There is the possibility that I could be completely blind one day, and I always say if that happens, I'm going to start sculpting. They may look like crap, but at least it's artistic. It's because I love doing artwork. Like I take a break from drawing comics by drawing another rain of crap. just because I love doing it so much. So if I go a couple days even without doing anything creative, I start to get a little itchy, and it's weird. And
I understand that.
Yeah, and I'll do.
I get like that too.
Yeah, and I'll doodle something real quick, even at work. It'll happen. Like I'm like, oh man, I really want to draw, so I'll just like real quick doodle something on like a piece of cardboard, and like literally 15 seconds, and it'll actually get like that out of me. I'll be like, oh, okay, I feel a little better now. Like it's almost like an addiction. So yeah, but so that's what retinitis pigmentosus is, though, and that's why I work the way I work, is because of that blindness. So hence the blind Kratos comment. Yeah.
So if you can do it, anyone can do it, and people need to stop being lazy and stop doubting themselves.
Well, not to say, I can understand people getting depressed. I get depressed about it. Like anytime I hear somebody say, like my friend, she constantly goes to concerts, like constantly by herself. She'll just drive somewhere, a different state. And I'm just like, oh, what I would give.
Sorry, Silver's comment.
What happened?
It says Kayla petting her kitty on stream.
You had a what,
I don't want the bots to come back.
That's how you get the viewers.
That's how you get viewers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right, sorry about that. So you have a friend?
No. You're fine. Anything to lighten up moods.
I wanted you to finish what you were saying. I was interested. But no, I think everybody that is an artistic or creative person deals with depression at some point.
Yeah, well, and like I said, like she'll go to concerts and I'm like, oh, what I wouldn't give to drive, because I haven't driven since I was 23. So I'm like, oh, I would love to just drive to another state and go see, like, she's going to see Lamb of God and stuff. I'm like, oh, I would love to go do that, but I can't. We went to see Tool. And I was going down the stairs and they had a railing, and then but all of a sudden the railing vanished, and I stopped dead in my tracks because even though the lights were all on, I couldn't, and there was no tape on the steps, so they blended completely together. So I couldn't step down at all, and I had to wait. And finally, people I didn't want to say anything because it's embarrassing, but after like a couple of seconds, like she asked, she's like, "Hey, is Jason coming?" And so they looked back and they saw I was still way up there. They had to come get me, and I had to hold somebody's arm and go down the steps because I couldn't see. There was no railing. If the railing was there, I would have been fine. But yeah, so it can be scary sometimes and depressing at times. But you know what? Nut up or shut up. And do your work. I got a comic to put out. I can't sit there and be all teary eyed and woe is me. And I love to do this, and I have people that backed it and are looking forward to a book. So. Like you said, yeah, step up, but I do get some people being down in the dumps at times. Like there's times where even like Ink, he'll get home from work. He's just so wiped out and exhausted. He's like, dude, I got to go to bed. I'm like, cool, man, go to bed. It
was me last week, actually. I fell asleep mid-conversation with somebody. I felt so bad. I was like, I passed out days. I've been doing 10 to 16-hour days.
Yeah.
So
I think I told you. Yeah, my friend one time fell asleep while eating. Like she was eating cheese. She was eating like a chunk of cheese, and she fell asleep with the cheese in her mouth. Like didn't even eat it yet. So she woke up and it was like dissolved stuff in her mouth because she so exhausted and tired from work. Because she works like all day. She wake up at 7 and get home at 9 or 10, just work. So and fell asleep with like just that tired. It happens. We're human. So yeah,
we're all only human.
So far, I can't wait till I get.
So Frog G isn't. Well, he used to be. So let's take a look and see. Do you want to so right now, Frog G, Voodoo Gods and Magic. This is your second 30 days, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Yep, and you're at 13,270 with 178 backers.
Yeah, and if anybody backs while watching this stream,
I was going to say, let's make you large.
Okay. Oh, hey now.
That's what she said.
That is what she said, and it works every time. If there's any backers during this stream. What?
Baby hand just totally... That just makes me think of My Germs.
My Germs?
You never seen that scary movie? And he's like, My Germs, and put Jason back large on the screen, Spencer, while he...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Let me finish. I'm sorry, Spencer. Randomly, so if we get like just one backer even, I guess it won't be as random, but if there's any backers during the stream, this will be given away random to a backer during this stream only. Yeah. So if you back during the stream, this will be. You just put your backer number in the chat, and then I will randomly pick which one you are. You won't know until you get it. So. Yeah, this is an original sketch cover by me. So I actually drew this on a time lapse. You can go back and watch it on my channel. So.
Oh, that's really cool.
Thank you,
Spencer's like, I'm going to back right now and I'm going to get it.
Well, yeah, if he's the only backer, yeah. We did another one on the closeout stream, and for a while I think it was only one person who backed.
And then then it was 5.
Yeah, then it was 5. I'm like, all right, well now it's a little different. But yeah, you won't know though until after you get your book. So
we also have other hidden like numbers that have been picked out, and if you end up being that contributor, you do get free art. But
from
yep. So one person's already got it, and we have 2 more giveaways. Yep. So
secrets.
Yeah, we like to give stuff away.
I can tell you, it's within the next 20 backers, someone else will win a piece of original art. So
look at that.
I'm not giving you anything. Well, except for that.
Except for the cover.
Yeah, except for that Spider-Man.
So it's 48 pages long. Let's take a look here. This is your standard cover done by both of you guys here.
And that during
the corner box.
Yeah, we wanted to have that.
That was okay. There's a story of that chibi frog actually. I think we were in Discord or a live stream. I can't remember, but I was drawing Frog G. And Inkspot's like, no, you need to make his head bigger. So I was like, is this big enough? And I drew a big circle, and I drew this chibi frog, and everybody loves it. And I'm like, dude, that's got to be the corner now. That's got to be the thing. So
plus, women love that chibi frog.
Women love that chibi frog.
Fanta loves it.
I do.
Women love it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny. I guess I tested positive for being a female.
How dare you?
That is going to be a sticker on the campaign. So
yeah, that's a sticker on the next stretch goals, right?
Yeah, the next stretch goal actually hits, and just when we hit 14,000, we unlock 2 stickers and a window cling. Is it?
No, I thought.
Oh no,
a window sticker, window cling, and then a bookmark, right?
And a bookmark. Yes.
That'd be so cute in my car.
Yeah,
I'll be driving around in my car, and I'll have a little frog there.
See, women love the chibi. There's also a funny story. I want to
scroll down and look at this whole cover, though.
Well, that wasn't supposed to be the cover, actually.
It wasn't supposed to be the cover. What do you mean it wasn't? This is awesome.
During the pre-launch, we were giving away wallpaper, free phone wallpaper every month. That if you signed up, you would get phone wallpaper from whatever month you signed up on. So if you signed up during the last month, you only got 1. If you signed up, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. So that was actually the line art for that was done. I sent it to Ink, and I had already done the cover. I was like, cover's done, laid out, good to go. And he hadn't colored it yet. But I sent him this one, and he's like, dude, that's got to be the cover. He's like, that's awesome. I'm like, all right, but it's just a wallpaper. But, we'll put it up because we were live, and we put it up in the chat. And a few people in the chat were like, yeah, that's got to be the cover. Okay. So that originally was not even supposed to be the cover. It was supposed to be just a freebie that everybody got as like a little phone wallpaper. So yeah,
the one that was gonna be the cover came out really rad.
He still came out really good too.
That's gonna be the bookmark for this one. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, and once don't do it now. Well, once you scroll down far enough, you'll see the line art for it, and you'll be able to see what Inkspot contributes. Because I just drew the frog and the hose. Everything else is all ink. Like the background, really? Yeah, that's all Inkspot's. He did all of
these
it.
Little creatures here and everything. I love that I'm using my mouse like anyone can see what I'm pointing at. I mean,
we can see what you're pointing at.
They can't. I can see a little movement there.
Yeah. That's actually Death. That's our version of Death, and he has all these eyeballs that shoot out of his mouth. Like they suck back up into his mouth, but when he wants to see, since his eyes are sewed shut, he shoots all these eyeballs out of his mouth.
See if I can't find
looks around.
Page.
Yeah, that's
so he has.
I'm a big eye person, and these are good looking eyes. I
love eyeballs.
Like eyes are my favorite thing. That's what, like, to me, when I see a face of a character, that is what makes or breaks the face of a character. You can do so much with the eyes. Eyes can tell you so much. That's why I'm a big Art Adams fan.
Oh yeah, I love Art Adams.
Oh, he's my favorite.
Hey. Backer 196 is Joe Sontag.
Oh, Joe! Joe wants the Spider-Man
Joe wants
cover.
more original art.
Joe wants the Spider-Man cover.
He wants it.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that, man.
Very awesome, man. Thank you.
So I'm going to read because not everyone reads people's campaigns, and story is important to me. I am one of the comic book readers that this story has to be up to par with the artwork. I will buy some stuff for artwork, but it's really the story that keeps me invested and involved, and that's how you're going to get my money, the story. So we have Frog G, Voodoo Gods and Magic. Transformed into a frog by a voodoo priestess, our hero makes a covenant with death itself to slay a god. Wandering the abyss on this perilous quest, his only drive to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves. So, and it's a 48-page graphic novel. It's a mix between Hellboy and Spider-Man. Interesting. Hellboy and Spider-Man. Hellboy in the fantasy fairy tale-ish aspect, and Spider-Man
really,
what?
Like all the crazy supernatural adventures that Hellboy goes on. And then our character is like this gangly frog character that has this lantern that he throws out. So it's kind of like he's the superhero, and so it's a superhero gear book, but it's set in a fantasy world like Hellboy.
Okay.
And I always tell people, like, drawing Frog G is how I would draw Spider-Man, like just with the motions. I was going to say,
because he's dynamic and everything. The bond, just looking at the front here, I mean, that to me, I can see that being a Spider-Man pose.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's very interesting. I do like the mix of fantasy and superhero combining because that's like two of my favorite genres. So.
I mean, at the core, it's really just a simple fairy tale. You got a man turned into a frog by a magical creature, because he made the magical creature mad.
And then trying to get back to becoming a human. Like, he kissed the frog, he turns into a human. Like, it's a classic fairy tale told in a different spin. And it's fun. It's all ages.
Let's see.
It's an all ages story.
Right here, it's talking about the name here. Do you want to go on about this?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That was Aldous on the Farm helped us with. That was his. He wanted us to spice up Frog G's little involvement in the story. So this is Aldous' edit on what we had written.
We should. Well, yeah, because I don't know if everybody knows who Frog G is. He's in a lot of chats. He's a mod in a lot of the chats. He's a fan. He's an actual human being. Like, he is a real person, and he's a co-creator. I mean, he created the design of Frog G, of this character. So because he hit me up and we would work together, but he came up with the design of him. So he is a co-creator on it, and he also gets a cut of the profits. So we cut.
Yes. So he was a backer of Jason's project. He bought a tier. Now he is a co-owner on an actual comic book property and gets some of the profit from it.
What do you got? Let's make Jason full screen here, Spencer. Full screen. Now, here we go.
This is the card. This is the Frog G card that was on Absolute Book 2.
Thing.
And this started it all. Yeah. So.
Is anything on the back of that? Or is it just
the D&D stats?
Oh yeah, okay. So that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, this is So this is what started it all. Yeah, and that's what Frog did. Frog G, the mod guy, he's like, yeah, I want him to be a mechanic. Want him to have a red blue suit or whatever, red gloves and. Stuff like that. He's like, oh, put a wrench in there because I'm a wrench. I'm like, I'm an idiot. I didn't draw a wrench originally.
No, it all worked though.
And we sent it to ink. Even Frog was like, wow, I didn't expect it to turn out like this. So he was blown away. And I was very happy he liked this in general, let alone getting his own book. So yeah.
Silver said he's human. I was assured he was an actual frog.
Well, he is now.
Whoa. Whoa. Well.
All right, let's take a look here. So these are some of the finished pages you have up here.
Yeah. And we because we hang out with
dragon here.
Is there what?
You got a couple Easter eggs in here?
We do, because we are friends. You know, we hang out with a lot of talented people. They're our friends, and we've known them for couple of years now. And like that's Plagle drives a tow truck for a living, so I was like, I'll make it Plagle's place. It's not fully spelled out, so he doesn't get any rights, but that's Plagle's tow truck place. Yeah. And the name tag on the fat guy, that's not Matt Barr. Everybody's like, oh, it's Matt Barr. It's like, no, Matt Barr's name is spelled B-A-H-R. That guy's B-A-R-R. So if you have absolute. Yeah, if you have absolute, you'll know what that's from.
The bar.
Yeah.
The bar. So yeah, so there's little, and even her shirt, it says hashtag fresh pots. That's something from my college days that like only my professor would really know if he backs the book or sees it, whatever. It's like just fresh pots of coffee, because you're staying up so late drawing that you're constantly making fresh pots of coffee. So that's a little nod to that. And then, Ink will throw in whatever he wants at times. So we do little Easter eggs or little things that we enjoy doing. And we're having fun with it. So, yeah. And that's his fiance that's up in there giving him a hard time. Stuff like that.
Yeah, so Frog G is like Spawn because he's a black guy for the first 4 pages. And then he's a frog for the rest of the whole series.
Mm-hmm. He had a frog tattoo up on his head.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of tie it together. Like, because why a frog? And then the priestess does curse him with a chant, like calling him a toad. But, I'm like, but what gives her that kind of an idea anyway? I'm like, well, a visual would be nice.
Head.
Yeah, so he's got a tattoo on the side of his head, but that also shows that he's a tough dude. If anybody who has a tattoo on their head, that hurts. It's not fun. So, and plus I think solid green, so he sat there for a while.
And that skin pigment, yes. I mean, Edwin's a tattoo artist, so I can tell you he'll be sitting there for a few hours.
Yeah.
So... Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just to establish like this is a tough guy. Like this is a big tough dude. And then he gets turned into like this little tiny
gangly frog. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to play with those polar opposites. Yeah.
Wow, I like this hair down here.
Yeah, that came out great. That was a lot of ink adding a lot of buoyancy to my scratchy texture. Yeah.
What's your process of doing ink? I love hair. I've gotten hair. Hairdresser for a long time to everything.
You're roboting a little bit, but we can understand you.
Oh, I was saying I was hairdresser for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Until I became everything in the salon. But Robo Kayla arrived. I know I'm bored. Yeah, hard. It's true. I guess. Either that or an alien. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out.
You are a robot.
I want the process of doing that hair because I love hair. I'm drawn to hair.
There you go. You're better now. Let me. Well, you could. Ink Spots did a lot to that. That was a lot of his. Where's my stupid page? There it is. So.
I want to see it. Make him big.
Look how busty you get.
Listen, I'm a size
man now. So like that's what I drew, so you can see what Ink Spots really contributes. Like,
oh wow,
he made that thing like have look like it was soft and you could touch it and play with it. Yeah, so you can go back to ink.
Death Metal Hero says the interiors are the perfect combination of both of your talents. I agree.
Thank you, Luke.
You guys work very well together. It's because you two also seem to have like I said, you guys have this energy between each other. So you have to have that, I think, in order to work well with people and to produce something of this magnitude.
I have the male energy. He has the female energy, and together we just like
yin and yang. One is the phoenix, one is the dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need that estrogen in there. So
yeah, he's got plenty of it.
From all the chicken I eat, man. All the chicken.
All the sausage McMuffins. Yeah.
So this is the voodoo priestess here?
Yeah, at first she's just a little old lady coming in to get her car. And so he's in the middle of an argument with his girlfriend when this lady comes in and she wants her car and he kind of blows her off. And then she is getting angry here. This is all about emotion where she's like, I want my car. And then he blows up on her and tells her, listen here, early bird special. Your car will be ready when it's ready.
Are they from Mass? That's like a very Massachusetts situation.
Sure. Yeah, they're from. Yeah, no, they're actually like kind of in Louisiana, New Orleans.
Yeah, down by the swamp.
But with the voodoo priestess, I'm just saying, it's just a very Massachusetts thing. You know, I see it every time I go to my car.
Wow, you see this happen? You see a curse get placed on a guy every time you go.
Well, I definitely. I mean, it doesn't actually happen, but I see people cuss people out and curse them, like, and wish death and everything upon them. So, yeah, we're crazy out here.
That sounds
hard as nails.
And so, yeah, the whole frog thing comes from him chewing out this little lady and
losing his temper.
Losing his temper, and yeah, and she's not too happy with that. So.
I mean, look at her eyes. She looks. I mean, if I would have saw that happen in front of me, I probably would have been like praying, like, I am so sorry. God forgive me. Here we go. Where is the cross? I need.
Where's the cross?
Yeah, this is more like internal. Like, it's just to let the viewer know, like, yeah there's something else going on here.
Power of Christ compels you.
At work.
And then I just drew a whole bunch of eyeballs around that bottom panel.
I love this. Is this the what the fuck is happening thing?
Yeah, it is. Like, she curses him, and he's actually like she's like, telling him, like, you're cursed, and he's like, curse me. And then in the bottom panel, if you go down a little more, where he's got his fist up,
he's like,
I love how the colors fade. I love the colors on this, like on this right side here, how they fade down into the lighter color. Like, you took this beautiful purpley blue and you faded it into like a pink. It's like a sunset. I love it. It's gorgeous. It works really well. And then it fades down into like
taking a walk around the color wheel. So
it works.
You go from your cools to your warms, and then right here he's just like, he's like, you're crazy. He says, he's like, my girlfriend's crazy. You're crazy. What is with women today? And he's just losing it. He doesn't know what's going on.
He's just trying to earn some extra money. That's all.
He's like, I'm working overtime. I got people up my rear end.
Yep.
Oh, you did it again with the color here as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
What you do with the color tones is absolutely gorgeous. These colors complement each other so well. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to work with ink. Like I said, I knew he was very talented.
So this is our transformation moment here, like in this little area. That's why I put kind of these little symbols, because I wanted someone to know, like, in this little period of time, something strange is happening right here in the middle. So
yeah, it's kind of a quiet page. Not much
this
dialogue.
man went to sleep with gloves on.
That's how exhausted he was. Yeah,
exhausted.
He got his boots off though.
He got his boots off.
And boots and socks are off. He got those off. Yeah. He's tired. He went to bed with his gloves on. Yeah, that bathroom came up great.
Here we go.
This is a skip forward in time a little bit. This is where he actually goes to see, he kind of knows what happened, so he goes to see the voodoo priestess in the we do have the middle pages, we just didn't put them in there. We have other pages. Like there's one in the Doom Buggy that's further down, just in black and white, where he's like trying to get in the car, but his feet are all big and he can't, having a hard time getting in the car and stuff.
Let me get to it. I'm scrolling slowly.
So no, here. I just got the
beautiful.
He's got the original.
Oh, you have the original. Oh, God. I love you, Jason. You are prepared with everything.
I hear that so many times.
Make him big. Spencer, where are you? Oh, wait. StreamYard is delayed. Sorry. My bad. I'm impatient. I'm a woman. What can I say?
It's okay. So, yeah, there he is getting in the car. So he's behind the wheel. He's like, I'm going to find that old lady, curse me and whatever. He's such in a hurry, he backs out and hits like the garbage cans, and garbage goes flying everywhere, even up there. And then he's driving erratically, so it's like the buggy, and he drives a beetle. He's a frog who drives a bug. Thought that would be humorous. And then Ink Spot's colored like all this background. It looks gorgeous, but and then there's his vantage from he's looking at her house because he arrived at the destination.
I like that perspective there with him behind the car wheel there.
Thank you. Yeah, I really like the buggy, and everybody likes this one.
Well, you know what? It's the buggy's really cool. But it's that bottom panel that really, like, that perspective. I love that. So it's really appealing to the eye, you know.
I appreciate that. Man.
We put a
and
swamp in there.
Yeah, Inkspot did a great job coloring.
We put a
this,
bridge with
I
like
need
a
to go and find
stream.
that. Well, I'll get to it. I'll get
Well,
to it.
the colored version isn't up on the campaign.
It's not.
That's one of the pages we didn't put up, but there is actually a video on my YouTube of me coloring it. So
yeah.
Oh, I wish someone could link that in the chat. You know.
Okay.
For me.
So yeah, so then he is talking to her. You know, she's like, "Oh, well, you treated."
Like losing her clothes here. What's going on?
She's actually a shape changer.
She's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, so she's changing into one of her other forms of the hot.
Yeah, because she's like, "Oh, you dismissed me as a hag, and and you treated me illy because of it." And so she's like, "Would you treat me differently had I looked differently?" And so she's like changing. Oh. That's not verbatim, by the way.
She's going into her final form, basically.
Well, one of her forms, yeah. So she's a shapeshifter, so she's going to go into a more pleasing form. Yeah, and it's so she turns into the voodoo priestess.
Yeah, the sexy woman here. Woo!
That's right.
Look at the curves. We get an eye. Like we get another eye. She has an eye tattoo on her belly.
She also has. Yeah, she also has eyes tattooed down her spine. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Colors. Like, how did you decide what color tones to do on every page? Like, I'm curious. Like this page, why did you pick these color tones specifically?
Well, basically, you had different light sources. So you get the candle, you got the skull, and you got some light coming from this fish tank, and then you have some outside light that's shining through the window, bouncing off stuff and hitting her, and then so you have all these light sources. So I just figured out, which light sources, what colors they were, and then I just made them respond to how they would respond to the actual colors in the room. So a lot of it is just knowing what lighting does and how certain colors affect other colors, So
I think
like
that's
if you have
for you to go into,
so, and then sometimes when to not make it look like in real life, if a green light hits a red object, it'll turn black.
Yeah, because they cancel each other out.
They cancel each other out.
That's
but sometimes in
sometimes
in a comic, though, you don't want to do that. You want to make the green light actually shine vivid against something that may be a dark red color, and so you may have to shift the color more towards purple or something so that the green will show up and look like it'll work. So a lot of what I do is I either base it on reality or I base it on what do I want the feeling of that panel or that page to feel like. And though if you see there's some pages that are duller because they're just like in real life, there's nothing really fantasy going on or anything. But then once you get to a fantasy moment, I'll use brighter, more saturated colors and odder light choices, odder light, lights and stuff, so that you want to see in real life.
That's why I would love to do an artist edition where one of the pages is the black and white like this, and then the other page is the colors, so you can see what ink really can, because a lot of people think Inkspot is just the colors. It's well, he's also an illustrator, and he does a lot of the background work. He does a lot of actual creativity behind the project, and so I would love to I would love to do it. I don't think it's going to happen, but this is if you could see how much life he brought to this piece. I mean, in black and white, it looks cool, but he added all that smoke down here, billowing up. He added these little glowing eyes and the demon thing, whatever back there, and he brings a lot more to the table than what some people may think. So yeah, he does a great job.
That if you do an artist edition like that, you need to do an artist edition like that. I'm sorry, I'm all about artist editions and just comparing the processes. That's one of my favorite things. Anytime that there is a campaign and they have an art of book or some kind of a black and white edition or just what you're talking about, I don't think I've seen been done yet. So I think that you need to get on that and make that a reality somehow, some way. I don't know when you can do it, but
one drawback to that is that it would be 96 pages. So yeah, we wouldn't be. I don't think we'd be able to do the whole book that way. But maybe key pages or something. Yeah, that way people could this page especially, which I don't have because it's digital. It's the only digital page so far in the whole book. But like in this panel, the frog G just pointing at himself.
Yeah,
that's the only thing in that panel that I drew. Everything else was all ink. He created that whole thing. Yeah.
So you guys definitely work very well together because he's able to replicate some of your style as well.
Mm-hmm. He can imitate but never duplicate. I mean, come on.
True.
Yeah, but this page is really good. Like, especially, I love the last panel. Yeah, I think it came out great.
It's a good hands too. Really good hands.
Oh, thank you.
And the knuckles. I look at little details of things. So it's like the weirdest details catch my attention. Well, so right now it's these hands, these knuckles, and just the fingers, how they're gripping everything. I really, really like them.
Well, as much as deplorable as the man is, Eric Larson draws some of the best knuckles I've seen. I kind of take a little influence from that. They're kind of Kirby-like in a way too, but I drew from that quite a lot. And so a lot of my knuckles are often kind of angular usually, or do they really stand out? I mean, mine stand out as it is anyway. Like mine are bony as all.
Well, yeah, it makes it more like dynamic and more exciting. Right. I like to look at. Yeah. It's because you really feel like she is reaching out. You know.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, the ink spots did a great job on this one too.
Pedro says
no one cares. Sorry, my alarm was going off. I can take my drugs later.
Yeah, everyone likes that page, and that's Jason's least favorite page because it's digital. So
yeah, everybody loves it. I'm like, that's the only digital page. Like, what was happening was I actually have it traditionally. The last panel, her hair is missing because I was going to ink that in traditionally and stuff like that. Because I did print it and I did all the stuff I usually do. But during the second to last panel, that one right there, I was trying to do the lines in between her dreads, and I was going actually outside of the line and inking like a line into nothingness. And so I was getting, because I couldn't see. The other one was, and it was just making me so mad. I was just so angry. I'm like, you know what, screw it. And I just went over to my computer and I just did the whole thing digitally. And I was like, at least it'll look good and people will get a good page. So
here's the thing. I mean, at least it blends, you know, with the other artwork that you have. I mean, I could kind of tell this is digital, but it blends. Like it blends in with the other pieces.
Well, a lot of that is also ink too, though, with the way it colors. So it keeps it cohesive. So yeah,
exactly, and that's important because you don't want it to look too drastically different. And I have known someone that has done part of their book traditionally and then did the other part digitally, and you could tell the difference between the work when the book was put together.
I did that.
No,
but I did Absolute Book 2. The first half is digital, the second half is traditional. I mean, I'm not saying you're saying I did it poorly. I'm saying, but like I've done it. Like
not in your book. It's not your book I'm talking about.
No, I know that. But I'm just saying, like you can do it, but you can do it properly.
You can do it properly. This is done properly. That's what I'm saying.
You just got to use this. As long as you're using the same techniques as what you would use. The only difference really should be one is crisper than the other because it's a digital line. So really, that's it. Otherwise, the style, everything else should be identical.
Did you see that I put identical. I don't know if I've ever even told, but I did paint the Luck Dragon from Neverending Story down there in the corner on the bottom.
You never said that.
There's his little face in there.
It's right here. I see it.
All the way down at the bottom.
Here. I see it.
I can't see that. He does that stuff because he knows I can't see it. He's going to put whatever he wants in there. He knows full well I don't know what he's doing.
You can't really. It's
right there. So you
it's
have
all in the smoke.
So you have all these skulls. Like, well, you also have like this looks like a Cthulhu over here too. Believe it or not, like on the left hand side.
I see the smoke. I don't see all
that stuff. Like you have the skulls, but this looks like how can I say it? Like a side perspective of a Cthulhu right here, where my mouse is. And then this here, I do see Falcor here.
See, this is what he does. He'll put stuff in.
I was like, I just need to put little things in the smoke. But
once again, once again, but he's having fun with it. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're doing. We're having fun with it. We're putting little teasers in there, little Easter eggs, little things we like, and we're having fun.
So, and then you have a supplemental story as well, which features the origin story of the big bad himself, Cernunnos. Am I saying
that? Right. You always hesitate.
Do I win a prize? Do I win a prize?
You get a no prize. You get a no prize. Yeah. Nice.
Your presence is a present. That's
right. I know.
See, I'm so sweet.
As you should be.
What was that what people like did not they didn't know how to pronounce it? Was that what it is? Or?
Yeah, almost no one gets it the first time.
A lot of people get it wrong the first time. Yeah. They get close, but a lot of people get it wrong.
Thank you for stopping by and seeing Extras.
Hey, what's up,
He says you have to have a good digital inking brush. Y'all make a great team. I like the... Is it makeup traditional line work with the digital painted background?
He's trying to mix, yeah.
I was trying to figure out what word he was trying to use. So, yeah.
Well, real quick, the funny thing is with my digital brush, all I do is take the default and I squeeze it and tilt it. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't do anything special when I'm inking digitally. I just McFarlane showed that in one of his videos. That's all I've ever used. I squeeze it and tilt it. That's it. Otherwise, I'll use the fill tool to fill solid blacks. But I don't do any like special brushes or anything. I just go in because to me that's the same as using just a quill. Just if I use a quill nib, it's all pressure. So that same thing with that. If I just use the same nib and I don't differentiate anything, it's all pressure. So it's the same way. It's just going through a different medium. It's just a digital medium. Otherwise, it's identical. But we have the supplemental. Sorry,
let me scroll down. So
Tell her.
Supplemental is a 24-page black and white floppy. It was penciled. Oh, let me go back up here. I scrolled too fast. So it's penciled by Ink Spots and the magnificent finished inked over by Jason Bascom. I read that totally wrong. I'm so sorry. And the cover for the supplemental is by Matt Barr.
And Matt Yackey.
Matt Attack.
Yeah,
Our double Matt Attack.
Double Matt.
Double Matt Attack. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because every time... Now, originally this was going to be black and white. On Absolute 2... Matt Barr did 3 cards for me when he was only supposed to do 1 because he's a boss and he did 3. And then I had Matt Yackey he did gray tones over them because he wanted to try out some of these new...
I'm here, by the way. I'm just fixing my internet.
How dare you leave me when I'm talking?
No, I'm totally here. I'm listening. My internet is going down. I just wanted to give you a heads up. I'm trying to down with it in the corner here.
No, you're fine. Because Matt Yackey wanted to try out some gray tone brushes he had gotten digitally, and so he did those cards. And so we're like, dude, that turned out great. We're going to have him do the supplemental the same way. And then once we saw Bar's ink, cover, the line art, we're like, oh, that's dope. Bar was like, can't Yackey just color it? We're like, yeah, he can just color it. So then we got this gorgeous piece of artwork.
I know, this is beautiful.
It's so good.
What I do like about it being the supplemental is that most of our tiers have the supplemental in it, so just everyone's probably just going to get this. So, I'm glad that.
Up here.
Yeah, he did that logo too for us. So.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and Matt
Barr, you do supplementals with most of your campaigns, so this one was going to get a supplemental. Is what you were saying essentially before I rudely cut you off.
Oh, you didn't cut anyone. I don't think so.
And so, we wanted a throwback to Absolute Book 1 and 2, so we wanted black and white and get that line work in there. And so, since there was going to be no color, so what we came up with is that I'll pencil it, and then Jason will tie it all together with his finishes. And so, it's kind of swapped because I'm doing the pencils traditionally.
Oh, this is amazing.
And he's doing all the inks digitally on this one. So
actually, I can show. Let me share my screen real quick. Once ever I can figure out my stupid computer. All right, so I can even show you here.
All right, let's share the screen real quick. Here we go.
So, all right, so I'll show you like this one.
Can you full screen this, Spencer?
It is.
So everyone can see the details and everything. That's not, yeah. There we go.
Okay, so that's my inks, and then what Ink Spots will send me is like this. So so I'll go over it and add my own little flair to it, or the cross hatchings and stuff like that. Like as you can see, I work in separate layers.
Is there a certain pen or a certain brush that you use when you're doing these digital inks?
What? No, it's the same squeeze.
It's the same squeeze thing. Yeah.
Yep. I use the same brush. The only thing I do, like I said, is I'll maybe like select an area and fill it. But otherwise, that like I do it all with the same brush, digital brush. So like he does lay out a great foundation, and then I just go in. Sometimes I won't do too much. Like I really like the way he turned out, but I'm not done with this page yet. But so yeah, so we'll. Thank you. Yeah, but Ink doesn't like. This is what I'm saying. Ink is a really good illustrator, and it has a great concept of layout for panel work and stuff like that. So
definitely.
Yeah. So like this panel, I'm not done with. I'm still working on that. But so yeah, so this is the process that he does and that we do, and it's giving it that like you said, kind of an absolute vibe, but with his style, and just a little bit of my stupid cross hatching.
So, Thank you, Fana.
The cross hatching looks good. It's not stupid. I think.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. But
it's good. Like you know it's good.
I know it's amazing. Is what I know. I know it's fantastic, phenomenal.
It's fantastic. It is amazing. It's good.
Thank you.
I like it. I'm a sucker for cross hatches.
Yeah. So, I do it a lot.
All of our supplementals are going to be about our rogues gallery because we have such a great rogues gallery. So this is just about the main villain that Frog G has to kill. Yeah.
I love the
Wolfman and
that page came out great. Yeah.
And so Sarnunus is the father of all monsters. So all monsters came from him. So the Wolfman, vampires, dragons, anything that's like a creature of the night came from him. And it was a god that was supposed to be like a mediator. So he was supposed to mediate between the humans and the fae folk. And instead of that, he didn't want to do that job. He wanted to be a creator. So since he couldn't create from scratch, he took all the other gods and deities' creations and he warped them into monsters. And so this is like him at his tribunal. This is how he gets sent down into the abyss by Kronos for disobeying what he's supposed to do.
And one of Ink Spots' original characters is in there that I drew in for fun. Because Frog G came about by accident. I was going to work on Absolute Samurai Priest, and Ink was going to work on Metal Mayhem Rockboy. And since this took over everything, I drew in Metal Mayhem Rockboy actually underneath the first panel. You see his torso and his legs, and he's holding his microphone. Yeah.
So that is the first appearance of Metal Mayhem Rockboy in the comics. So.
Yeah, you have it. Show it.
Not the page. Not the page, but I have Metal Mayhem Rockboy actually.
Oh my god, let me see.
So it's in a plastic.
Spencer's going to work tonight. I love that. Spencer. That is awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
He's a rock and roll demigod, so he's gonna come out eventually too. But right now we're doing Frog G.
Right now we're doing Frog G. But this is Ink Spot's creation, and I actually bought this on auction. So yeah.
He could be like from a Swedish band. He's from a Swedish metal band. Look at him.
Yeah, his father is one of the Lords of Rock. So yeah. It's very cool.
Your beard looks great.
Doesn't it? Nice and trimmed today.
And so, yeah, that's actually going to be the first appearance of Metal Man Rockboy in any comic. So
he didn't draw him in there. I put him in there.
That's what we get.
Ink didn't know I was going to do that. Yeah, Ink didn't know I was going to do that. I put it in there.
Still not enough, you say? All right, so you had the main book is going to have 2 variant covers. One is done by Irene, which everyone loves Irene. And then the other, and it's going to be colored. It was colored by Billy Basco. That's who's coloring it.
Yep, he's got it right now.
He's got it right now. He's a couple things that do take priority right now. But this is like, I think this next thing actually after this one secret project that he's working on. But this is next. So yeah, but this is the cover that Irene did.
I think it was a smart choice to have Irene do the other cover because her style fits the style of this book. I feel like it does. So,
and that's what's great with like Irene draws great monsters, and we're like, Frog G is a monster. Like he really is.
She's extremely talented. Just
extremely talented.
Everything she does is great. I mean, but her style fits the style of like that you guys are going for this book, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And we were lucky because I asked her, like, I think a decent amount of times before she got totally booked up. And like, so I probably lucked out and got a yes. You know what I mean? Like, I think if I'd asked any later, it might've been, look, I'm too busy. I just can't do it. So I'm because after Fiendish 2, I mean, forget about it. So we got her in at a great time, and she's a great person too. So, and extremely talented, and I really wanted her on this project. And everyone knows if you bought back it, she was on Absolute 2. She did a trading card for me. So I was like, I like working with her. She's very talented. Yeah.
The colors are in progress, like you just explained. And then the second variant is the special black and white by Dan Flegel, who did Goblin Girl. And of course, we got the boobs.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what we asked for from him. So
it is. Well, it is. Because we said we don't want you to hold back. We want full Plagal. We don't want you to worry about having to be, because this is an all ages book, and I didn't want him thinking, I got to tone things down now. I want to be no, dude. Do what you do, like the way I see it.
Well, we did have him a little bit. He did give her a large tentacle hanging out of a specific place in the dress. And
we told him no.
We had to on that.
We had to put the foot down.
No hentai. No hentai.
Maybe one of the longest foreskins I've ever seen in my life.
Seen. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It got messy. It got messy, and we had to be like, no. I even put up flat out, no. Like that's what I said.
No, Plagal. No. Yeah. Bad Plagal.
Bad Plagal. But good Plagal. Good Plagal.
So this is the villain he's going to face in this first issue, and this is basically the gatekeeper to the abyss. Before he even gets in to go after the god, he has to just face the gatekeeper. And she's the Baba Gaga, and she's a headless witch. And her whole thing is she likes fashion, but she doesn't like hats or clothes. She likes to try on the heads of her fallen foes. And so she preserves them and then just tries them on depending on how she feels that day. She also is missing a leg that she lost in war, and her prosthetic leg is her magic wand.
What?
If you go down a little bit,
go down a little bit. You'll see,
so you see how it's weird? That's her prosthetic leg is a magic wand. Yeah. So that was Jason's crazy addition, and I'm like, that's awesome. We're doing that.
In a way, she might be some guy's dream girl. You know, he can just remove the head and it just be body. You know.
I mean, as long as she can make a sandwich. She could be
quiet.
Yeah, she could shut up and make me a sandwich. That's
literally just see.
Yeah, but and then there's also a little CG teaser in here. Scroll up a little bit.
Scroll up.
Yeah, go up.
All right. Whose head am I looking at?
Keep going.
Whose head?
Look. Keep going.
Yeah.
Right
there's
there. Right there.
Rage-tality.
Rage-tality's head is in there.
I see it.
Yeah, Plagal was drawing it in Discord, I believe. He was drawing it, or maybe it was live. And then Shelby was live at the same time. And I'm like, dude, you can't put Rage-tality in there. I'm like, you just can't do it. You got to get Shelby's permission. That's his IP. And so Shelby was live. So he asked Shelby while he was live. He's like, hey, can I use Rage-tality in this piece? And Shelby was like, yes, do it. Yes. So yeah, Shelby's we did get permission. Shelby's great. I love hanging out with Shelby. He's fun. And a talented dude. And he's got something on this campaign as well. So yeah,
he's very intelligent. He has a lot of wisdom.
Whoa. Pump the brakes.
Yeah, he does.
Hold
he
on
does.
a second.
I believe, like, if I hear something from Shelby, I'll more than likely believe
I don't think you've hung out with Shelby long enough. Just kidding. No, Shelby is very, very, very smart, very wise in comics.
You only like him because he played drums in Nirvana. That's all.
I hate it. I hate Foo Fighters. I'm not a huge Nirvana fan.
I don't like Foo Fighters, but I do like Nirvana.
A couple Nirvana songs I could handle. Otherwise, that I'm like, oh, they're so overrated. Alice in Chains and Soundgarden were the best out of that group.
I will give you that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we could talk about that all day long. But,
okay.
Yeah.
I'll get distracted talking about the music, but then again, as Spencer's like, Kayla, you love new metal. You and your Deftones.
Oh, he doesn't like Deftones? I love the Tickety Tones. Are you kidding me? I've seen him live so many times.
Oh my god. I love Chino Moreno.
Chino is fantastic. Do you know what?
In his lyrics, just everything about him. That man is a god amongst men. I don't care.
To be fair, after I didn't like him after White Pony is where I stopped with them, but I can't stand that other stuff they do. It's too artsy.
I love everything that he does. I get
that's
lost
where
in it.
That's where we differ. But
I love it.
You know why? Do you know why his
sexy voice on? I love it.
Do you know why? You know what Chino said about why his pants are so low? Like why they hang down so low?
Why?
You know what he said? Easy access.
For the women to get down on their knees.
Yeah. We actually hung out with the Deftones in Cleveland. They had an after party, and we all went to the bar, and like they had a huge party. A friend of mine played air hockey with the drummer, so it was a lot of fun. It was pretty cool.
Pedro's upset he can only get the reggaeton. I like the reggaeton too.
Oh no, my ex-wife loves reggaeton. Oh, I can't stand reggaeton.
I love all music besides country music.
All right, we agree on that.
I like all music except for purely instrumental music.
I even listen to disco. I don't care as long as I can
it's to it. It's not disco, but check out Dog Fashion Disco, Erotic Massage. That album's great. It's not disco, but it's got horns in it and stuff, and it's fun. Yeah.
I like everything. I can listen to Garth Brooks and then the and Megadeth. Ugh. I can listen to them all.
Megadeth together. Sucks too.
Garth Brooks, I cannot listen to.
Whatever.
Megadeth. No, I'm good. It's fine. I don't need. That's why Pantera, Cowboys from Hell was like, maybe 2 songs off of there are like actual Pantera songs. Then after that, they became Pantera. So and then high pitched. No, I don't. Squeezing my testicles. I don't like it. It's too much.
All right, let's get back to the campaign. We're getting next, I'm going to stop bringing up Amaranth, and I'm going to be start singing on here and everything. And go on about how Elise Reed is bae. So, all right. All right. Speak about this here. So, I mean, wait. Let me go up a little bit because I see that you have more, and I read something acrylic paintings here. So, all right, you got original acrylic paintings, you have supplemental pencils, original pages from the book available in various tiers, which we are going to go and take a look at your tiers in a second. And I'm assuming these are parts of some of your tiers here?
Yeah. Just showing, these are my, some pencils from the supplemental. I do it in panels and then I put it together in Photoshop. So I have all these on, quarter sheets of bristle because I like to do my panels real big and then put them together in Photoshop. So we wanted everyone to be able to get a piece of artwork that doesn't. So for $80, you can get a piece of original art and the book and the supplemental. So we wanted it to be affordable too.
And the images by me, the Frog G images and stuff, those are just samples of promo work we've done. Because I have an original art tier as well, but they ain't gonna look like that because those take hours upon hours to do.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This is what. No. This is the money shot. All right. So
that is majestic. Oh my god.
Yeah, careful. Don't compliment him too much. All right. He's fat enough as it is. If his ego gets any bigger, he'll explode like the guy
you blind bastard.
In Little China. He's gonna be like,
you Brill reading son bitch.
I feel like I need a drink now. Where's my tequila?
Anyway, on this campaign,
driving me to drink on
I come.
Tuesday's my drinking night. But I love that. That's beautiful. That's majestic.
No, this is great. He does good stuff.
Yeah, I come from a traditional painting. That's where I started doing watercolors and everything. So I wanted to do. I didn't see this, so you can get an original.
Keep talking. I gotta remove a cat. Oh my god, she's knocked over.
Dude, my cat, thankfully, she never did stuff like that. She never got into brushes. She never got on top of things she wasn't supposed to. Like, it was like she was like a dog, but a cat. Like, she stayed on the ground most of the time. It was great. She still played with toys.
This cat loves to be up high, but I don't have this room. I've just been putting this room back together. That's why I have a light now.
Oh, you're fancy.
No, like I have an actual ceiling light that works. I haven't had a ceiling light since cool. Like we had an ice dam, and I'm on the 3rd floor, so everything got all fucked up. I had no light, but now I have a light. So
nice. Light's good.
Yeah, it's awesome. So
the floor is yours.
The floor is yours. Yes. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to do some original paintings for this. So we got a tier where you can get a 9x12 painting of Frog G bust on a canvas panel. And this will be the only time I paint these. So Flying Feline bought this one. Death Metal Heroes lady bought this. And so they'll only be on this campaign is the only time I'm ever painting any Frog G's, and they'll be numbered, signed, and I'm going to record it live as I'm painting it. So,
oh wow!
And there won't be any more. This is the only time we'll do that. And the next campaign will be a different character.
And then you have your original pages that are for sale too. Yep. Can one of you guys do the Macho Man voice for this?
Oh yeah, like that.
See, I was hoping.
So on the original pages, it's going to be first come, first serve. So the first person that backs gets to pick which one they want, and then it'll go to the next person, and that's how we'll go with that. So, yeah.
And then the original cover art.
Yep, original cover art's still up for sale. And as you can see, like that's what the Jason's part of it, and then I did all that stuff in the background. He really did it. I mean, when I saw this, it just gave me. I could see the Todd McFarlane in him when I saw that cover, and so I'm like, that's got to be the cover.
Yeah. Oh, that's I'm gonna say that's the
definitely
card.
See the
that one was fun.
Spider-Man influence, definitely. Here.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like that.
It's good stuff.
Well, I got the McFarlane artist edition, and you can tell the Amazing Spider-Man stuff is really good, but then you get to the Spider-Man stuff, and you're like, oh, it's like blew you away.
So this piece already sold. That was up for sale. That was one of our wallpapers, and then we made it. This is actually the exclusive card you got if you signed up on the mailing list.
It'd be all foil.
So, look at that line work.
Yeah, it's crazy amount of hatching in there.
Oh, I love it.
And as you know, Kayla, that's the homage to that Hulk cover, the McFarlane Hulk cover, the Hulk and the reflections. Yeah.
Yep.
And actually, you can see the colored version of this in the updates.
In the updates, okay. So I'll have to click on the update tabs, is what you're telling me.
Well, once you get done, and then this is the 2-page spread, which is available.
This is the battle between Frog G and the Voodoo Priestess. Yeah. And I'm in the middle of coloring that right now.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do for a color scheme?
Don't know yet. Kind of.
You don't know yet, or you don't want to share your secrets?
No, I actually don't know yet.
We kind of do work with that. Yeah,
I'm toying with putting snakes and stuff in there. So
yeah.
And this we really love this. This is going to go out before the books. The Frog G knitted beanie cap with the Frog G logo. As soon as we get the money from the campaign, we're ordering these in. So we're hoping we can sell quite a few of them because we got to cover the cost.
And like he said,
I need it. I'll rock it.
Yeah. winter, and as you, I mean, you live up here, so wintertime's coming, and
I need the hat.
I'm in Ohio, so yeah, it gets cold, and these will ship out, but these don't include the stretch goals. It's just the hat. You'll get the hat. Yeah.
And if you buy it as an add-on, it's going to come with your book. So it will come later because you don't have to pay the $8 shipping if you buy it with your order. So.
And now if you back the Big Daddy tier, which we will get to, you get that already. So
yeah, that's part of the subscription deal. And this guy is going to be a nice sticker. There's the Chibi Frog again.
Yep, the Chibi Frog is so adorable. I love it.
Next stretch goal, not very far away.
Yeah. So you got lots of cards and stickers, lots of extras in the works. You got everyone's favorite artist lined up. So you have
me, yeah.
So we've already unlocked the first 2 stretch goals. So right now, if you just back the book, you get 4 trading cards. Actually, 5? Yeah, 5 trading cards. So, yeah. Well, it's sure? 2 here.
I think your math is wrong.
Go down. Let me see. What do we get? Oh no, it's
2. Dude, shut up! Just shut your fat mouth for 2
seconds. Go down. No, you get 4 trading cards and a sticker. Yes, you do.
You're getting 4 trading cards. Where are the other 2 coming from?
Go down.
What are you talking about?
Go down.
Hey, you guys, you come on a Massachusetts person's stream and you fight. This is like very New England.
No, this is us.
No, you want me to prove that I'm right now? I can. You get the Plagal card, you get the hockey card, you get the Shelby card, you get the Luke card, and you get the sticker.
Luke's card is what I'm forgetting.
Yeah, there you go, homo.
He's right.
I mean that as a term of endearment.
One time this whole campaign, and his ego gets all blown up. You see what happens? The first time he's right. First time he's right. Look at this.
Oh my God,
guys. Crazy.
I think you guys might be worse than me and Spencer. Actually, no,
you should see the emails I sent to him.
He's like, stop choking on that whale penis and get back to work.
Oh, I see a great booty here. This is a great body for
that is our hockey card.
Yeah, that is great. Hockey did an amazing job on that. That is a nice butt.
Yeah.
Nice
hockey
hand.
Really, hockey killed it. Hockey improves with everything we see. This is his best piece, in my opinion, so far.
Yeah, this is his best piece of work.
Can I tell you? I didn't even think that was hockey's work.
I mean, in a good way. In a good way. Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kudos to hockey.
Yeah. He's improving every time, and it makes me mad because he's growing so fast artistically.
Yeah, he is. He's growing artistically. That's great.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah. So and
that's good, everyone, it's amazing. Like,
well,
when I first got on Twitter, it is amazing to me to see how many people have grown artistically, and I love that. I love seeing that artistic growth.
This would have been a lot better if we had a better colorist on it. We got this, so I mean, we worked with what we got. Yeah.
And then there's the finished Plagal card that everybody gets. If you just back the basic book, that's all. You get 4 cards and a 6 a.m. sticker already.
Yeah.
And soon you'll get another sticker, a window cling, and a bookmark.
Well, and the Shelby card is in the updates as well, colored.
And the updates, yeah.
And Luke's card he's still working on it. So, but you're getting we hit the stretch goal a lot faster than we anticipated, which was great. So, yeah. But and then next up is the sticker, the window cling by Hockey, and then the 6 a.m. sticker, window cling by Hockey.
Guys. So apparently, you're forgetting Luke.
We're not forgetting Luke. We just said
it. Yeah, that's what I just said. That's the one he was forgetting.
I forgot that it's not on the campaign. Finish your card, and then I'll remember it, dude.
Oh,
you want to yell at me? I'll yell right back. All right.
Larad said it's a beautiful thing to witness. That they love watching an artist. I support get better and better. That is what he said. So, and that is true. And I love seeing that as well. Seeing the artistic growth. Seeing the artists that you support and the people that you know that are creating artwork just get better every single time that they create something. So,
And Luke's another one who improves with everything he does. So yeah, and whenever their books come out, they're gonna be hits. So because their books even aren't out yet, and they're still growing. So they're gonna hammer it home.
And 6 a.m. He's got that book
6 a.m.
he's coming
sticker,
out with. It's gonna be great. He's been working on his book too, though, and it's gonna be a big success. It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So. Everywhere. Everyone knows it's 6.
Risks and challenges here. What are your risks and challenges? Yeah.
Oh.
No,
I don't know.
Nothing.
There are none because we don't take any risks or challenges. You get in the book.
Yeah.
No, I fulfilled twice. So you know, I mean, the one book was early. The other book was like a month late, I think, which I do take blame for. But it's still not late compared to a lot of CG standards. But it's either way, I fulfill. So you're going to get your product on time. And maybe the risks and challenges would be, I don't know, like, I don't even know what they would.
It's something catastrophic. That's
like a volcano happens, or
that's why we put like it would
Ohio
have to be
gets
something
under a winter blanket for an ice age or something. I don't know.
Basically, one of us would have to die. That's about the only way you're not getting your book.
And with Ink's eating habits, he's not that far off. But
Pedro feels left out because he's not doing a card. FYI, guys.
Pedro, you did the trailer.
The trailer, like the main thing in the campaign,
the thing everyone sees.
Oh, Rick Saylor's in the chat. What's up, Rick? And Rick said, "Bascom fulfills."
It's true.
No, Rick, and I've met Rick in person a couple of times. Great dude. He's met my mom.
Oh,
yeah.
Great supporter.
Outside,
let's go through what you have right here. So your featured perk here is all of the covers plus the supplemental for $85.
You save $5 if you back the featured tier. You get everything and $5 off.
Yeah, because if you backed everything separately, it would cost more.
We get the beanies for $20.
Great deal. Yeah, and those ship right once we get them. So
yeah. So just the book with the standard cover, it's $25.
And all these tiers, except for the beanie, you can add on everything. So
they can add the beanie on everything.
No, but you can't add things on with the beanie by itself.
Yeah,
there's no add-ons with you just get the beanie.
So it's more than likely that's a shipping thing, right? That's why that's like
it's
that.
It's the shipping thing, yeah.
Yeah, I figured. So a lot of people don't realize that when there's like clothing or hat perks that the shipping, they don't understand that. They're like, well, why this? Well, it's different. It's a different company that has to produce it and everything. So
yeah, I mean, we will ship it for less shipping, but you'll have to wait till we ship out the books for that.
They'll be rocking a beanie in the summertime. No, when is the book due?
We put it in for next October, but we're shooting for sooner than that. So
I would hope summer. That's what I would hope to start fulfilling. Maybe even fall at the latest, October, obviously, but summer would be like my goal. Yeah.
So Dan's variant cover for $25. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Wait, do you still have the placeholder for the Irene one?
Yeah. Just because it's kind of I'm waiting for Billy to get the color one to put it in there. So.
No, or she hates that. She hates that image.
Yeah, she does.
Oh my
God. I was okay. I asked her to do it, and I think it was a while later. She started drawing it, and we were backstage, and she was showing me what she had, and she had just the frog. That's all she originally had, loosely sketched up. I'm like, oh, that looks dope. And she's like, yeah, I'll probably have him fighting those rock guys. And so, mind you, she was up for 3 days. Who knows? She was loopy. And so she's like, yeah, I'll put him in over here and over here. I'll draw a little fish guy here, have him fight him. And so she drew this thing, and she sent we were both all of us were cracking up. Plagal was there. We were all laughing. And so she sent it to me in ink as a joke, being like, your cover's done. And we're like, huh, you're real funny, Irene. And then we didn't have it yet, so we were building the campaign and launching it. So Ink wanted to just put in a placeholder, and that's what we had. So when she saw it, when she was promoting us and saw it, she was like, "No!" She freaked. She's like, "That's horrible! Take it down!" But everyone in chat was like, everyone in chat was like, if that's not the cover, I'm refunding. Like they love it so much. They think it's hilarious.
You might have to do something with that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a sticker or something.
It has to be like small.
Something.
Yeah.
It'll have to be small because that's a low res image.
We don't have high res of it, so
yeah,
it'd have to be something small.
What is going on here on my screen? Sorry. Okay.
I don't know.
We have the standard cover and the supplemental for $40.
It's just easier, yeah. That way you didn't have to add it on.
That's a really good deal for both. We have the Frog G sketch.
That's a sample. That's not really what you'll get.
That's not what it is. But I figured that. But 6 out of 20 have been claimed, so that means
I got
14 left. My math is not good. I have dyscalculia, so someone help me out here.
You also get the book and the supplemental with that.
Wait,
so
how many are claimed?
6 out of 20.
Okay, no, your math checks out. Go ahead. So yeah,
you
go ahead.
I'm surprised. Oh, okay.
So you get like the book, supplemental, and a sketch. So that's a really good price for that.
And it was funny because Frog G was on with Malin on that CG promoto thing, and Malin was scrolling through. He's like, yeah, man, that's what the sketches look like. Everyone get on that. But Frog didn't like, he didn't know. So Frog didn't know to say anything, so he didn't want to interrupt Malin or anything. But I'm like, no, dude, that's not. I'm like listening, like at work. I'm like, no, that's not what you're getting. I'm like, can't do that. But it is what it is.
Then you have inks pencil panel. You have 2 out of 20 that have been claimed, so there's more available.
Plus the book and all of those come with the book and the supplemental. So
5 book retail discount.
5 for the price of 4.
Yep.
1 set of stretch goals.
The original interior page, an 11 by 17 for $240. That is a cheap interior page. $240
plus the books.
Plus the books. It's first come, first serve.
That is cheap. People, you got to hop on that.
But it's first come, first serve. So like this page here was actually drawn way ahead of time. Yeah. And this was actually in the this is Death right there. Who is actually being drawn by Christopher John, actually, as a trading card. But so you can pick this page if you get first come, first serve. This was a kind of a promo page, but we're still using it. Like, we got to fix a little something. He's not supposed to have that.
Yeah, he doesn't have his pack.
And I didn't know that, though, whenever I drew it. I'm like, oh, okay. So, but yes, because this was very early on. But yes, but we were talking about Death. This is him with his eyeballs coming out. And,
he spits them out. He sees nothing, but he sees everything.
So, but yeah, you can get this one.
Ooh, I love that. It's so cool looking.
Thank you. Yeah, so you first come first serve. I like eyes.
And then we got the double page battle scene for $350, and you get both books with that.
Yeah.
And then we have your Big Daddy tier.
That you do get a full Jason drawing on 9x12.
9x12, yeah.
Full drawing by Jason. You get a original acrylic painting by me that will be painted live on stream, signed and numbered. No other Frog G's will be done in acrylic by me ever. This is the only time you can get them.
It's your only chance, guys.
That's right.
And you get all the books, the supplemental, and anything else we add to the tier.
Now you now get the hat. Now you obviously don't get the supplemental panel original or a sketch by me, because you're getting a full-on illustration by me. So yeah.
Yep. Dan's selling his cover art for $700 here.
The original cover.
Your
to
cover
the book.
art here.
First one ever.
Your cover art's right there. That's for sale. Still yet to be claimed. Your face here, sold out. Plenty of people wanted to get drawn in the book.
Yeah, and that's coming up real soon. Got to contact me.
And then you have the original foil art card and books. That's sold out. I think everything down here is sold out. So
the Shelby Pat
sold out.
Irene's art sold.
Irene's cover sold out.
Yeah. I was a little sad to see some of those go because I want to keep them, but it's fine. I mean, they went to good people, and we could use the money. So yeah,
you have so many options available for people to choose from when they back this campaign. So Why should people back your campaign?
Because it's awesome.
We're fans ourselves. This is we love the project. We love what we're doing. We can't wait to get home from work to do it. We're hoping that you'll back it so that we can bring more to you. Like the more successful it is, the more books you're going to be getting from us. And I would say, like, if you like what you see, which hopefully you do, back the campaign and we'll make a lot more of it for you.
Yeah, and like I said, it's an all ages book, so it's fun for everybody. It's also a relatable fairy tale type story. You have to be changed to become a better person and overcome obstacles to be a better human being and just evolve in a way. And it's a tale as old as time. So it's a fun fairy tale read, a fantasy read, told in a different way with a different style, a different flair. It's kind of like a Sam Keithy type thing or something. It's fantastical and fantastic, and that's what I like to bring to it. That's what Ink likes to bring to it, and I think you could see us having a lot of fun in doing the project. So you're going to have a lot of fun in reading the project, and also like looking at the artwork and just like your eyes are better than mine, so you're going to see all the cool little things that I might miss that Ink puts in and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. I mean, I think everybody should really have this. If you love comic books of all types, like if you love Spider-Man, even like Hellboy or something like that, and it's not bloody and gratuitously vulgar or anything, but there's still that flair to it. He's got a little bit of a snarky mouth. He'll even say "jive turkey" at one point because I want him to. So
he wants him to say jive.
I want him to say "jive turkey." I want to bring jive turkey back.
You're the creator, so you can do whatever you want to do.
That's right. Ain't no jive turkey.
And remember, if you back during this stream, anyone that backs during this stream will be eligible to win that cover. Spider-Man.
So far, it's one.
So far, it was one. So he gets it unless someone else wants to back and give him a run for his money.
Keep me there because this is a. It opens out. So,
oh, there you go.
Oh my God.
So there you go.
Sketch cover by Jason Bascom. So anyone that backs during this stream is eligible to win that.
Yeah, this is pen and ink, so this is not Micron. I actually was able to do it with this one. So usually I have to do Micron. Yeah. So yeah, and like this one I think is Micron. So, but this is not the one you're winning. This is the one you're winning. This one. This one.
That is so cool. That Spider-Man is so cool.
Thank you.
So I think we've pretty much covered everything about this amazing.
Can we real quickly? Because I love showing off Ink's work because he is good despite how much I say he sucks. Go in the updates.
Go. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Hold on.
You'll see that, and then Yvonne, Yvonne is the colorist on Fiendish. He colored the Shelby card, but Ink colored that foil one. So scroll down.
As Rick Saylor said, that the Shelby is his tier. The Shelby tier.
He's probably going to pick it up in person. Yeah, keep going. Those are on the page. Keep going.
Keep going.
And we're going. As you can see, Ink posts the updates very well.
See more updates.
Oh, see more updates.
I've been keeping everybody informed. There it is.
No, you need to. Thank you for doing it, Ink.
Is this
here? There it is. Yep.
That's the Shelby card. That's colored by Yvonne. That's colored by Yvonne from Fiendish, who did a killer job.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's what everybody's getting at.
Everybody gets that if you back already. So.
Yeah. So that's the Shelby card. So and then if you scroll down more, you'll see Ink's.
Hold on. I'm scrolling as fast.
No, you can linger as long as you want. I'm not stopping you from doing it.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, Yvonne killed it, and Shelby. Everyone knows he does a great job. Yeah, and there it is.
The foil trading card. If you signed up on the mailing list, you get that card. So
yeah, it's
the highlight in the eyes. So you can
I do too.
There. Oh, I love that. It's so gorgeous. I love nice eyes, like no matter what they are on a creature, on a person, whatever, as long as the eyes are great.
Yeah. And so if you back a secret perk, you get that card. Yeah. All the secret perks have that.
Secret perks.
Yeah, and the rest is promotion stuff and updates and
Yeah, that was the first winner of the secret giveaway. Yeah. So number backer
135.
it was actually contribution numbers, not the so contribution 135 won that. Yep.
Yeah.
Original art piece from me.
Well, everyone says backer number. It's just what
Yeah.
people say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm
So
like, hold on,
that's
I gotta get out of these updates real quick. I gotta go back to the story so I can pull it up
back
here.
to the story.
All right, guys. So before we end out tonight, right? So you guys got to answer my question of the day, because that's how I'm going to close out these streams.
Real quick before you do, refresh it.
Go ahead.
Make sure it was just. Was it just Joe who backed?
I don't know. We'll find out, right? Hold on. Well, that didn't. There we go.
I don't even know what.
I don't remember what you even had for a number.
Well, I remember what we had. It's okay.
I don't remember what we had. I've been lost in the conversation.
I remember what we had. So far, it looks like just the one.
Yeah, Joe's gonna. Looks like Joe's gonna steal it. He gets that Spider-Man.
Cool. All right, that works for me. All right, go ahead with your question.
So my question of the day, which if you didn't answer online, you're being forced to answer here right now. So, what advice were you given that you wish that you took? So advice that you were given that you did not take, that you wish that you took earlier on during your career?
Don't work with ink spots.
Mine would
you go first. You go first, Ink.
Mine would be learn the basics. When you're trying to start out as an artist, you want to get to the fun stuff first. Like you want to draw people, you want to draw portraits, you want to draw action. So you jump in and you don't learn your perspective, you don't learn your anatomy. I didn't. That's what I did. I learned how to do stuff digitally, and that's why I'm most. I learned how to use colors and I learned how to paint, but I didn't learn my basics. So I was really good with color and lighting, but I couldn't draw a convincing character or anything like that. And so when I was older, I had to go backwards and learn all the basics that I didn't learn. So I wish I would have stuck with it, even though it was boring in the beginning, and just learn perspective, learn anatomy, learn how to just learn composition, learn how to make a good drawing first. Because if you don't make a good drawing first, your paintings is never going to look good because you need that structure. So I wish I would have, because it made it a lot harder for me to learn later on in life, So, yeah, learn your basics first. Do the stuff that you think is boring, because that's really going to be the foundation that you'll hang everything that looks cool on. So, that's what I wish I would have done earlier when people told me that.
Important.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Go ahead, Jason.
I'm gonna steal inks because, it made me. No, in a way. I like everybody said learn anatomy, and I did learn anatomy even though it doesn't show. I can draw regular people, perspective and stuff like that. I have a tough time with buildings, background stuff like nature. I'm fine with, but when it comes to like handmade stuff, I have a tough time with the perspectives on those and like drawing those, and so and I'm still working on it today. Because I didn't like listen to people like, yeah, you really need to learn the like Ink said, that's boring stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to draw cool, characters flying through the sky. That'd be fun, And so because honestly, I did take quite a lot of advice growing up from my brother, from my teachers, from like a lot of people, and I learned it. And I applied it early on, but that was one that I was just stubborn about. I started traditionally and went gradually into digital, which helped, and that's the way you should do it. So, but yeah, I would agree with Ink, because you want to do the fun stuff first, but you shouldn't. You got to learn all the crap, the boring stuff. Like hockey's doing it right. Hockey is learning anatomy. Yeah. Like, he'll draw noses for a week. I'm like, the man's a phenom. I'm like, dude, I could never do that. So, do stuff like that, or like even buildings. Like learn how to draw different types of buildings and structures and from different cultures in perspective. We
have two people now that are in it for the Spider-Man.
Now it's random. Uh-oh. Well, thank you, whoever backed. Is your backer?
Yeah, and they backed Beanie as well. So
there you go.
There you go. Now,
well, that's a way to end it.
That's the way. You never know what you're gonna get now.
So now, it looks like you have 1, 2. Oh, yeah, you got 2 backers or 3 backers.
Hail. We bow to you. We thank you very much. Thank you for packing during
thank
Kayla
you so
cutting
much.
us with her knives and forks and drawing blood.
It wasn't painful. It wasn't painful.
I like the pain. It's good. It makes me feel alive.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for coming on so much. I appreciate
Thank you for having us. Thank you, Spencer, for running it, running the chat and the screens and making you work with all my making me.
I think you gave Spencer the most work he's ever had doing one of my streams. So
you're welcome.
He's putting his producer stuff to work, and
that's right.
Yeah, so Spencer is going to be on next with Gialloween, I believe. Drawing some Giallo stuff for the draw stream. I might stay on for a little bit and with him. And other than that,
I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah. Where can everyone find you guys?
Here.
Yeah, that's where you can find me on Twitter. YouTube at Inkspots is my handle on there.
I can't get my handle yet.
They're rolling them out slowly.
Yeah, that's what I get.
They'll send you an email when it's ready.
I thought they did, but they just said, "Hey, we're announcing them," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I still can't get it." But no, you can find. I'm on YouTube as well. Just go to my Twitter; it's got all the clickety things in there. At Unhinged on Twitter, and then you can click to your heart's content.
All right, guys. So get out there, follow them both on Twitter, follow their YouTubes. I will see you back here in 2 weeks, I believe. I'm going to say 2 weeks because I'm working on booking someone right now. And other than that, I will see you guys for Gialloween afterwards. And I'll see you next Tuesday on Joe's channel. And get out there.
Not on topic list, though, because you like to stream over us.
Yeah, Pedro.
See you later.
Yes, love them. See you later, guys. Peace.